Oh, how about now?
Now, hello, test. We got it? Hello. Hello. I think that's what we had to do, that USB thing. No sound? No sound from either one of us?
How about now? Can you hear me?
Hey, Lucas?
Anything from me?
Me? You got me? Hello. Are we on? We're good? Should we start? Okay, I say welcome. From the George Mace Ice Arena, we have Watertown Laker boys varsity hockey. Aberdeen Cougars are in town for this matchup tonight on a Tuesday night, which is a little bit different in itself. We are here on a Tuesday night because of scheduling issues, snowstorm issues that came up when last weekend, of course. So a lot of games have been jumbled around, but we're going to get this one in on a Tuesday night. I'm not so sure we've ever done a Tuesday night, but we're going to give it a whirl tonight. I've got two people on my left that help me out all the way throughout the game. It's Mr. Lucas Deutsch, who is no stranger to Watertown Laker hockey, and Jenny Workus always gets us on the air. Nick is back at the station, and he helps us get on the air, and of course, Kurt Crawford is always a big help. And we always have to thank Jeff Anderson for getting us into this mess, Lucas.
Absolutely.
He started out Watertown Laker Radio 140 years ago, and here we are on a Tuesday.
The man, the myth, the legend.
That's right. A lot of folks make these broadcasts happen, and we have a lot of sponsors throughout the town and surrounding areas. This booth is the Reliabank booth. It's the best seat in town. We are perched right at the 45-yard line. Aberdeen Cougars are on my left. Watertown Laker bench is on my right. It's the best seat in the house. Thank you to Reliabank. We have a pregame show. We will see if we can get Coach McMullen, Devin McMullen from the Watertown Lakers up here. Sometimes he comes up, sometimes he doesn't. And we understand that because coaches are busy people. That is the pregame show at Watertown Area United Way. Coaches' comments comes from Deutsch Excavating, and we have lots of coaches' comments before and after the games, of course. Starting lineup, first choice auto wash, Dutch Boy Car Wash. The puck drop and the face-off is always Riddle Jewelry. Timeout and scoreboard, First Premier Bank card. All the power plays and penalty kills is Pelican Power Sports. Hockey happenings, Sharp Automotive. Chuck a puck. We do that between the second and third. Fundraiser for the Watertown Laker Association. That's Health Source Chiropractic. They've been with the Watertown Lakers a lot of years in many different capacities. We thank Health Source Chiropractic. Player of the game is Subway. They always give us Subway away to the player of the game. Big Brothers Big Sisters program that feeds all these varsity sports. Elite Drains, Sewer, First Bank, and Trust. So a lot of people help us out. We have dedicated nights. We have Pizza Ranch. We have Worth Electronics. We have Willie's Sports Bar, Foley & Foley Law Office, and all of our other sponsors. Lucas Deutsch to my left. How we doing? Good to be back.
It is good to be back.
Good to be back on the radio, and we are on 1480 KSDR, and we are live streaming all over the world on GoWatertown.net, Watertown Lakers Hockey. So these teams they're in the middle of the pack. Both teams.
Middle.
Watertown comes in at 3-2. Aberdeen Cougars come in at 2-5. So these two teams, you have to play hard to stay there.
You do, and it's going to be a battle. The JV game we just watched here the last period and a half of, that was a great game. It's going to be similar, I think. So it's tough to stay in that middle. You got to fight every game.
Yeah, and just because you're in the middle of the pack, as the season goes along, we've seen it so many times. These teams get pretty good. These teams in the middle of the pack, all of a sudden you'll see them floating up, and a lot of these teams will play their best hockey come March when the state tournament is, and that's when you want to be there.
Definitely. Building process all the way through.
And right now, realistically, you're playing to get into the state tournament.
Yep.
You want to get in the state tournament and get a decent seed. You know, if you're in the middle of the pack seed, that's always not a bad idea.
No, it's great. It's fun to see these guys grow throughout the season. All the teams that you watch them play, and it's really neat to see their skills progress.
Yeah, and there is a lot of improvement throughout the season. That's for sure. We do have some standings throughout the state in our South Dakota Amateur Hockey Association. Sioux Falls is at top right now with 6-0. Owyhee Capitals 5-1. Brookings 5-2. The Rushmore from out west, as Jeff Anderson would say, Rushmores are 4-0. They've only played a handful of games, of course. Yankton 4-4. Mitchell is 3-1. Sioux Falls 2 sits at 3-4. The Watertown Lakers, of course, are at 3-2. Aberdeen, who is in the house tonight, is 2-5. Sioux Center 2-7. Brandon Valley 1-4, and Huron has yet to find a W in their column. They are 0-6 at this point. So, Lucas, you have obviously are in touch with the Watertown Lakers boys. They've been in tournaments. They've done some things. Where do you think this Watertown Laker team is at right now?
I'd say they're just starting to get into their stride. They're not all the way in it yet, but they're just starting to feel it out a little bit. They've progressed a lot since the first couple weeks. So that tournament over in Minnetonka that they played in a couple weeks ago was really good for them. They didn't do so hot on the scoreboard over there, but team-wise they did very well. So they gained a lot. I think it's going to be a fun game to watch tonight.
Yeah, they jump on a bus. They go over there. Everybody's together all weekend long, and they play some hockey and they have some fun. Like you said, the scoreboard isn't what they wanted to see, but they played some really good teams over there.
They played some extremely good. You got inter Minneapolis teams over there, and that's 2 steps above where we normally play at here in South Dakota. So Brookings was down there and they did well, but they also lost down there too. So it was good. It was a good learning experience for them.
And what you're trying to do, the reason why you go to those tournaments, and yeah, the competition you're going to have in those tournaments, but the reason why you go is to get that speed, and let's see some good teams, and let's see where we compete, and then you come back to the league, hopefully you are a step ahead.
Yeah, you gain that speed when you're over there. It's just a different look, a different style of hockey, and I've noticed it at practices, watching them a little bit, that they seem faster. Yep. They do seem faster, so I hope to see that out here tonight.
And this Watertown Laker team has a new coach this year in Devin McMullen. Done a fantastic job. We've commented about him on our other broadcasts. He really has a way about him and a way with these kids.
He does. He's extremely tolerant, and he's extremely good at getting to know his kids personally, and he does a good job of it and lets them know where they're at and knows how to build them up the right way.
And we have had some changes. You and I were talking before the broadcast. He's kind of changed some lineups around. In fact, I don't even have the right lineups on my board, but we'll get those names and so forth. Jackson Workus is out with a broken wrist, correct? Yeah. So he's going to be out for a while. Do we have everybody else that you know of?
Everybody else is here. Jackson, he's got a plate and some screws. He looks pretty gnarly, but he'll have a good scar for the rest of his life, so it's pretty cool.
I asked him how his wing was doing when I saw him in the hallway, and he just shook his head. So. Yep. Of course, he wants to be out here, and those bones can't heal fast enough when something like that happens.
No, I think he'll be the 6th as soon as he can be cleared to play to come back. So he's chomping because he knows they play Yankton on the 7th. So.
And you can guarantee he's got that on the calendar. Oh, yeah. He'll be waiting.
It's definitely starred on the calendar.
And as those injuries go like that, those kids, it's a big deal with a high school kid.
Definitely, especially a senior.
Yeah, and a senior now, and you're all of a sudden you're no longer playing in practice. You're no longer with your buddies.
Yeah.
You're no longer part of that. Well, you're part of the squad, of course, and he'll continue to be around and on the bench and so forth. But it's just not the same.
No, it's not the same. And it's hard as a coach and as a person that's around the association. You see that, and they just kind of stand there and they walk around. You're like, sorry, but what do you know? I hope it heals fast. That's all you can say.
Yeah, in those years that you coached, you had lots of injuries and kids that sat and so forth, and as a coach, you try to keep them a part of it.
Yep,
right?
You have to. Yeah, his brother actually had the exact same injury. He didn't have to have surgery. Broken wrist, right out in front of the home bench. But yeah, I still remember that to this day. But I've had lots of them over the years and seen, and it's tough with every single one.
Yeah, you just never know, and it is a contact game, and sports comes with or injuries comes with the sport. There's no doubt about it, and it's not always bad for those kids. I know my kids have had some injuries and so forth, but it's not always bad.
No, it's not always bad.
It's not always bad because they can come back and they can be on the bench and hear the coaches' lingo and hear the coaches talk to coaches and things like that. So there's a real learning experience when they do come back. And, of course, we want Jackson back. He's a senior, so he's going to hurry up and heal that bone. What do we know about this Aberdeen team?
Not a whole. I don't know a whole lot.
Okay.
I was up on the bench for girls varsity in Aberdeen the other day, Sunday. that was kind of fun to get back on the bench. Kurt was gone for the weekend, but yeah, it was fun. I don't know a lot about the boys, though.
They've lost their last 2 games. They did play on Saturday. They played Sioux Center and lost 5-1. And then they played last Sunday, which was the 18th, and they lost to Sioux Center again 3-2. Okay. So they're coming off 2 losses, and you can bet that they're going to try to right the ship here. And when Aberdeen comes into the Watertown Lakers, they have that on their schedule, and this is a team we can beat, right? So Aberdeen is here to win this game.
Definitely here to win the game. It's a winnable game both ways, to be honest with you. They both look at it the same way. It's a battle every time you play them. It has been for years.
Numbers-wise, I think these 2 teams have always compared pretty well. You know, they're going to run 3 lines, probably 2 to 3 lines of defense and so forth. So numbers-wise, the Lakers and Aberdeen teams have a lot of similarities, and both of those teams are always in the middle of the pack, it seems.
Middle of the pack, yep.
Middle of the pack. So it's always going to be interesting. You're listening to 1480 KSDR, and we're streaming live, GoWatertown.net. We have 8:33 left in this clock as a Zamboni or Olympia runs around the ice for a couple more passes, and then we are going to get this thing underway tonight. It's a cold night outside, and inside it's cold.
Cold. Got my gloves on tonight. We're good.
You like to say it's cold outside and warm inside, but we're not going to say that. It's cold outside, it's cold inside.
It is cold.
Actually, it's not as cold in here as I thought it was going to be, but...
wait till tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning about 9 o'clock.
Yep.
Yeah. So we are going to get this thing underway. Our crowd comes in. It seems kind of weird to be broadcasting up here from the Reliabank booth on a Tuesday. I was just telling you before the broadcast, it seems like Friday up here.
It does. I'm really happy to see our Bantam crew just walked in to sit down and watch the game. We had some squirt players here. The girls varsity players are here watching. It's kind of a Watertown Laker hockey night, thermal practice night, so they're here anyway.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, being a Tuesday, they were all here practicing, right?
They would have been, yeah.
Yeah, it's a normal practice night, so now they get to watch tonight.
Yeah.
So many of those kids in this Watertown Laker program, all the way up from the Squirts and in-house league and Bantams, Pee-wees, makes up about how many kids total in the Lakers Association?
You know, we're just over that 200 mark.
200 kids.
You know, when you count them all with initiation hockey and stuff, true travel, we're probably in that 175.
Okay. And that number has kind of hovered right in there over the years. That's about where we're at year after year, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty close. We were down, I hate to have the dreaded COVID years. We don't want to talk about those anymore, but we were down a little bit after that for a year or so, but it's definitely coming back around pretty strong. This year was big, actually, for us. I'd say we picked up 25 kids this year. So
yeah, and hockey is one of those sports. When you say we pick up kids, you pick up the little kids, right?
Little kids. But we've also picked up some 12-year-olds this year too. So it's been good.
So in the game of hockey, when you talk about a 12-year-old going out for hockey, and that's not too late.
No.
They have to work hard, but it's not too late.
It's definitely not too late. It's fun to watch those kids actually, because some of them pick it up pretty quick. Yeah. And girls that age, 12, 13, 14, actually. We've had a couple of those over the last couple of years too. Some of those girls are already playing girls varsity.
Yeah, I was actually commenting about that last week. We have some girls on our girls varsity that have not skated very long.
No,
and they're contributing.
They're about 1 year in right now.
Yeah, isn't that something? And they're contributing and they pick it up fast. It's one of those sports where, when you go out for football, everybody on the team knows how to run. And you go out for baseball, everybody knows how to throw.
Yep.
But hockey is just a little bit different because you have to skate. And as a coach, you don't teach anybody hockey until they can actually move where they need to go.
Yeah, that little 1/8-inch piece of steel is kind of a game changer.
And you get up to this varsity level and above, of course, and these kids are really graceful on their skates, but at certain times, I don't know what happens, but all coordination goes away.
They lose it all.
Yeah.
It's like the memory goes blank and everything just quits. Yep.
They trip over the blue line, and as our friend John Winkler from Oahe says, they blow a tire.
Yep.
And sometimes they have a hard time getting up, and other times you don't even hardly notice when they fall. So hockey's kind of a neat thing. It's a really skilled, and the other thing about hockey that people don't know if you haven't played is the coordination that it takes.
It's extreme coordination.
The coordination.
The mental side of coordination
and
is great.
how tiring it gets. We just have a visitor came up to our booth, Kurt Kranz. Kurt, you were Kurt Kranz, he's our girls coach. We're going to talk to him since he came up. We just put him right on the spot. Kurt Kranz, our girls coach, and Kurt, you were somewhere warm, weren't you?
I was. Very warm. A lot warmer than here.
Well, welcome back. Did you find your coat?
My coat?
Did you find your coat again?
Yeah, I had to.
It's chilly.
So you guys, you weren't at Aberdeen, but the girls went up to Aberdeen last weekend, or last Sunday.
Yes.
They went there, and then what? They were canceled on Friday. Saturday the game was canceled. So yeah, last weekend was kind of a mess. So talk to us a little bit about the girls program. What do you have left? Or where are you at in the season?
We're about halfway through. We have a very light February schedule, so we're about halfway through. New Year's we take off out to Rapid City for a doubleheader.
And spend New Year's Eve and so forth out in Rapid City.
That's correct.
Yeah, that can be good. We were just talking before you came up here about some of the girls that you have on your team. You have some girls on the varsity team that don't have many years of skating.
Just about everybody. We have two girls, Jada and Janelle, that have 10 plus years. And then I think it drops down to 3.
3 years.
3 years. They're on their third season or fourth season. And most of them have 1 year of U14 and then 2 years of varsity.
Well, and in the girls program, it's always a numbers. So you don't have the numbers that you do in the boys. So, but the girls are really kind of forced to get with it a little faster, aren't they? Because they go from 14 right into varsity.
That's right. Yeah, they have to really get with it. You have to really coach it differently when it comes to that. And then also, like you said, the numbers, you don't get the 13 kids trying out for one spot, which is unfortunate.
Yep.
Because I like that possibility as a coach to play kids against each other to make them work harder. So you have to come up with new ways to keep them involved and keep them working and keep them. So that's challenging, but we do what we can.
And it's also, like you alluded to, it's challenging in practice. You've got girls that have been skating for 10 years and girls that have skated for 2 or 3 years, and you got them all on the same ice doing the same drills.
Yeah. And then when you go like this year with our numbers, we have 12 girls. And one's a goalie, so that gives us 11 skaters. So if you do anything that's got a 3-on-3 or a 4-on-4, there's 80 of your 11 skaters. So the next group coming in is the group that just got done. You just switch them around a little bit.
Yeah.
So we don't get a lot of breaks, but that's good for them. It keeps them in the third period, keeps the legs underneath of them.
That's right. And girls, they seem to. Sometimes if they're not friends outside of season, they sure become pretty close during the season, don't they? Those girls just mesh together.
Yeah, but they're also girls, and they have their moments.
Well,
as a dad that raised 3, I know all about these moments.
Yeah, that's a whole other subject. I'm not sure we have time to cover all that.
We don't have near the time.
We could, but we just don't have time.
We just don't have time. But it is nice to see that they're all over there cheering on their boys.
They are. Yep.
Yes.
Our girls' varsities. All of our girl hockey players are over there watching the boys. And no practice tonight.
Well, we had practice.
Oh, you did have practice.
Yeah,
okay.
Not that nice.
All right. Kurt Kranz, he's the girls' varsity coach. Thank you, Kurt, for coming in, and thank you for coming back to this cold weather. And I hope your skin is peeling. So we are about ready to start here. 17 minutes is on the clock. The Aberdeen Cougars are on my left-hand side. They're going to wear the blue jerseys with the yellow over the top of the shoulders. On my right-hand side is going to be the Watertown Lakers. And they are wearing their white with their black helmets. So it is about ready to get going here, and we will go to the PA, public address announcer, for the national anthem. And we will stay with our public address announcer for the starting lineups. It's the Aberdeen Cougars into town. Watertown Lakers boys varsity action here at the Mace Ice Arena.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome number 4, Brady Huff. Also, your assistant captain, let's enter number 9, Quincy Varsity. Also, please welcome to the ice number 12, Wes Stephenson. Also, your captain for your ladies and gentlemen, please welcome number 16, Austin Dowdy. Also, let's welcome number 23, Micah Cransler. And let's enter number 29, Jackson Danielson. Also number 34, Aiden Fossel. And with that, number 35, Colton Thompson. Aberdeen Cougars are coached by Barry Watson and Nolan Davis.
And now we will have the starting lineups for the Watertown Lakers. They're wearing the white on my right-hand side.
Now, introducing your Watertown Lakers, ladies and gentlemen, please let's hear it for number 10, Will Evans. Also introducing number 11, let's hear it for your forward, Jake Kramer. Also let's hear it for number 15, Tommy Foley. And the defense, let's hear it for number 17, Austin McBride. Also, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome number 25, Hudson Hendricks. And then we're going to serve for number 20, Caleb Schmaltz.
All right, the lineups have been set, and we're about ready to go in this one. 17 minutes is on the clock as the skaters take a circle and huddle at each one of their nets. Aberdeen Cougars 2-5. Watertown Lakers boys varsity are at 3-2. These are two teams that match up equally, and we will see how this one goes tonight. I expect pretty evenly matched competition tonight. 4 referees tonight. Lucas will maybe get us their names at some point, but 4 guys, 4 familiar faces. We always look for those faces. They do such a good job refereeing. So we're about ready to drop the puck. It's going to be Thomas Foley, and he's going to face off with Brady Huff. And the face-off is gone. And that puck is already out of play. It didn't take long for that one to go out of play. So we're underway just barely. All right, we're going to face off again in the neutral zone. It's going to be Huff and Foley. Foley comes away with the face-off, tries to skate it out on the red line. Now he's going to dump it in. Aberdeen kicks it back out into the neutral zone, and this one's going to go all the way down. And we've got a whistle. Is that offsides, Lucas?
I'm not sure what that was.
But we're going to reface. We're going to
maybe hit a player on the bench, I think.
Oh, okay. So 2 pucks out of play so far. We're going to face off right in front of the Reliabank booth. You are on KSDR 1480. Face-off goes into the defensive zone for the Aberdeen Cougars as they try to chip it out on the far boards, held in over there by the Watertown Lakers in their offensive zone. This one comes out to the blue line, and that one got out, and we're going to have to check up the Watertown Lakers as the Aberdeen Cougars skated out of their defensive zone. Right in front of us, Foley chips it in, and is going to go take a shift change. Chasing down there is Wyatt Knopf for the Watertown Lakers, and here comes Aberdeen trying to get out of the zone, and they do. Neutral zone play at this point. And now it's chipped down, and they're going to dump and chase as Aberdeen's going to get a change. And coming into the neutral zone, Watertown Lakers, that's McBride, takes a big check at the blue line. And he chips it back into the neutral zone, picked up over there by Jackson Danielson for the Aberdeen Cougars. Quincy Madsen in the neutral zone, and this one's going to go all the way back down for an icing call. Both teams are basically under their second line already. Takes a little while to get everybody in and out of the game here. Feels everybody out, and we're going to face off to the right-hand side of Caleb Schmaltz. He's the Watertown Laker goalie. Facing off down there is Quincy Madison. This one is won by the Watertown Lakers right in front of the student section. That's Riefenberger. Gets it chipped away from him over there. That's Devin Fishback for the Aberdeen Cougars. In the near corner. Offensive zone play here for Aberdeen Cougars. And that one goes across the front. And here comes a shot. That one doesn't quite make it there. That was a shot by Fishback. Watertown Lakers trying to get it out of the zone here. And now they're going to go on the legs here of Cohen Mull for the Watertown Lakers. He chips it down as the Watertown Lakers get a fresh set of legs. And Aberdeen's going to be behind their own goalie. Goalie tonight for the Aberdeen Cougars is Colton Townsend. 164 minutes he's played. Not as much as his counterpart. Neutral zone play here. Ethan Scott. And Aberdeen's going to look for a pass right at the red line. Can't quite get it on their stick. And up through the neutral zone is the Watertown Lakers as they take it in between the wheels. It's number 22, Brayson Bowling. 4 goals this year for the Watertown Lakers. And this one is chipped back of Townsend. Cougars goalie. Held in the offensive zone by the Lakers. Far corner. Pass comes all the way across. This is up to Clefman. Clefman chips it down deep, and they're going to go get a change, and we're going to get an icing call. As both teams change.
A lot of back and forth here so far in this game.
Seems like that's the way it is the first 5, 6, 7 minutes of the period, and then everybody kind of figures out what they can do and can't do. Nobody's really has a lot of position. Nobody's really holding their zone.
Not yet.
We're going to face off to the right-hand side of Townsend. Here comes a shot from the blue line for the Watertown Lakers. That's Hudson Hendricks. Play over in the far corner. We have 2 Lakers, 2 Cougars over there. Pinned up, now comes out. Comes out inside the blue line. There's a shot that's upended by Cougars right at the circle and chipped away by Townsend into the far corner. Watertown Lakers looking for a centering pass. Can't quite get one. That's chipped out of the zone by the Cougars. And they're going to go back. This is Austin McBride going to chip it up all the way up here to Millen Evans. Millen Evans wears number 10 for the Watertown Lakers. 4 goals and 1 assist this year as the Watertown Lakers haul it in. This is Evans, number 10. He's going to look at 5-hole. He scores! Millen Evans gets his 5th goal of the season at 13:25. And we got to write that one down, Lucas, so we can recap. If I can find my scorecard, I can't even find it. It's here somewhere.
That was a great play by McBride there coming into the zone. Nice look over to him over there for that nice shot. Just an easy shot on net, looking for a rebound actually, I think, and good goal.
That's what you call the 5-hole, right between the pads on the goalie. So we're going to face off center ice, controlled in the neutral zone by the Aberdeen Cougars. It's number 4, Brady Hoff, in the far corner. Cohen Mull fights for it along the far boards. Riefenberger's over there. Here's Mull back behind his own goal. He's going to skate it around, and he reverses field and goes all the way back around. There was a couple assists there. Sounded like it was McBride and Foley.
Foley, yep.
Aberdeen Cougars neutral play going to go into the zone, and they're going to be offsides. So we're going to face off for the Aberdeen Cougars. Coming onto the ice, Fishback, Madsen, and Clefman. Defensively, there's Prostimus and Danielson. This face-off is chipped down into the offensive zone for the Cougars as they take it around in back of the Watertown Laker goalie, Caleb Schmaltz. And this one is down in the far corner. Trying to get a little rhythm here is the Aberdeen Cougars. As the Lakers try to chip it out to the blue line. Shot in. Now this one's going to come out to the neutral zone for the Watertown Lakers. And they're going to, that's Roby for the Watertown Lakers. And that's Gunnar Van Gilder going to hold it in from his defensive position around the back. And a little backhand shot doesn't quite make it in. Townsend gets it off a pad, and here's Gunnar going to try to hold it in. And does right in front of the Aberdeen bench. Now it's going to come out into the neutral zone as Roby tries to find it at his skates and can't quite do it. Over on the other side is Brayson Bowling. He's going to chase it back around his own goalie. Going to pick up a little speed. Brayson Bowling, he's been playing varsity hockey for a while here. He can take it up through the neutral zone and does. Takes the zone just on front of the Aberdeen bench and looks for a centering pass, and Millen Evans can't quite get there. Held in by the Watertown Lakers. All the way down in the far corner, that's Millen Evans. Where's number 10? And now it's going to come back out. As Bramer going to find it at the red line. He's going to take it back into the, across the red line. Chipped in by the Lakers. Now this one is chipped in. Bramer's chasing. Millen Evans. Levi Little, Seth Molson, Ethan Fergal are in for the Aberdeen Cougars as they get it out to the neutral zone. And this is Levi Little going to take it into the near corner. Chips it to a teammate, tries to get a centering pass, and there's nobody there. And here comes Bramer all the way down the far end. He's going to race, and he can't quite get there. Right in front of Townsend, and Aberdeen going to try to take it out. Foley says no, he's going to hold it in the offensive zone. Now it comes back out. That's Jackson Esplin. He wears number 40 for the Lakers. He's going to chip it up through the neutral zone. Try to hold it in the zone, can't quite do it. Now the Lakers are going to chip it all the way down, and that was Austin McBride, and it looked like it was on net. Aberdeen trying to break it out to the neutral zone. It goes to Austin McBride. He plays defense for the Lakers, been doing it quite a while, and he's going to go off and take a shift change here as the puck is behind Aberdeen goalie. That's Colton Townsend. And Aberdeen's coming up. They got 2-on-1 held. Nice defensive play there by Esplin. And broke up a 2-on-1, and Aberdeen holds the offensive zone. Nice defensive play by Esplin.
Yeah, he played that exactly right. Took the man as he's coming into the zone, wait for him to make a move, and took him.
Aberdeen back out to the neutral zone, red line. Harassed there by Wyatt Nuff. Watertown Lakers can't quite break out. Here's a centering pass. He can't quite get it, and Caleb takes it off his blocker. And there's a shot from just inside the blue line, goes high of the net. That was a shot there by Brady Hoff. And puck is pinned in the near corner. A couple Lakers are down there. Looks like maybe Esplin is in there. And this now comes back all the way back around for the Aberdeen Cougars. Watertown Lakers trying to chip it out. There's a shot right off the pad of Caleb Smoltz. Aberdeen putting a few little offense together. Here's a centering pass and whiffed on a shot right between the circles. That was number 51 for the Aberdeen Cougars as the puck goes all the way back down, and the Cougars are going to have to regroup. That was 51. That was Austin Erickson that missed a shot right in the center, and we're going to have offsides. I think the puck was out in the neutral zone, and we had a player in the offensive zone for the Cougars.
I actually think the ref made a mistake there, Jim.
He did.
That one should have been onside, and he blew her dead.
Yeah, because the puck
was in first.
Puck was in first. You're right.
Yep.
You're right. That's a tough one sometimes when that puck hangs out around the blue line.
Yep. He was saying my bad as soon as he blew the whistle.
That does happen.
Yep.
Everybody out here tonight will make mistakes, even the announcers.
That's right.
Held in here by Bowling. Bowling's going to take a shot, and that one goes wide. Gunnar Van Gilder chases down in the far corner, tries to chip it at the goal. As Aberdeen's going to try to break out here, and comes out to neutral zone. This is Bowling. Allard gets his stick on it. Bowling tries to chip it up. And now the puck comes down in the offensive zone. That's Clefman for the Aberdeen Cougars, and held in over there by how come I can't say that, Lucas? Promathus. P-O-S-T-H-U-M-U-S. You wouldn't want to spell that every time.
No.
As a shot goes on to Caleb Schmaltz. And we're going to get a stoppage of play as he covers it. Came out of the net.
It's a good aggressive play there by Caleb. First real shot that he's seen there, and he had it all the way in. We
talk about learning curves for hockey players. He's got one of the biggest learning curves. First time in a varsity goal this year. He's played all year as a varsity goalie. As a shot goes in for Aberdeen, wide of the net. Aberdeen's going to try to set up some offense here along the far boards. Now into the center. This is going to be Hoff. Brady Hoff going to try to chip it, and here comes a shot. Deflected off. That was by P-O-S-T-U-M-U-S. And the Watertown Lakers are coming through and take the zone. Held in by the Watertown Lakers. That's McBride. Here's a centering shot. That looked like it was to Evans.
Yep.
Can't quite get it into the net. And here's Bramer. He can't keep it on his stick here. Bramer's the leading scorer of the team thus far. He's 5 goals, 4 assists. So we need it on his stick as much as we can as McBride tries to hold it in. Brady Hoff's going to bring it out, and he chips it on a backhand all the way wide of the net, and he's going to go off for a change. Aberdeen's going to get in a change here. Lakers can't keep it on their stick and get out of the zone, so picked up here by the Aberdeen Cougars. Offensive zone play here. Bringing this one out for the Watertown Lakers is Cohen Mull. 2 goals this year for Cohen Mull, and this one's going to go all the way down for an icing.
Yeah, Cohen's one of the guys they brought up when Workus got hurt here. He's kind of brought him up off that 4th line, and he's been playing quite well since then.
And Cohen's a sophomore, is that correct?
Yes, correct.
Doing a good job for the Lakers. Faced off to the left-hand side of Schmaltz. Picked up here by the Lakers. Cohen Mull, we just talked about him, is going to bring her back around, going to try to get out of the zone, can't quite get in, held in by the Aberdeen Cougars. Play in front of the Lakers bench. Held in by the Aberdeen. That's Wyka, Caden Wyka. Holds it in as he slaps it down behind Watertown Laker goalie. Here comes a long pass up into the neutral zone for the Lakers, and the Lakers are going to try to take this in. This is Cohen Mull. And looks over to the other side, and there's nobody home, and Aberdeen's going to have a shot here to get a break if they hurry. A big check here right at the blue line. That was by Riefenberger. And we get a puck movement towards the Watertown Laker goalie. Some pushing and shoving. We do have a whistle. Referees step in, tell those guys to go their separate ways.
We got a penalty here on Gunnar Van Gilder for holding.
Gunnar Van Gilder. So we have our first penalty of the game. Comes at 6:01. And that is going to be a Pelican Power Sports power play for the Aberdeen Cougars. They're going to have an offensive face-off here on the right-hand side of Schmaltz. Lakers trying to get their personnel in. McBride comes skating in. And the face-off is won by the Aberdeen Cougars. We'll see if they can get their power play together. Here comes a slap shot just inside the blue line, deflected by Roby right off the shin pads. Here comes another shot. That one went all the way to the goalie. Schmaltz bats that one out with his pads. And that puck goes up and over into the student section.
Free popcorn. Free popcorn.
Yep, get a free bag of popcorn. Maybe we'll get a puck and we can get some popcorn.
Yeah.
So we're going to face off to the right-hand side of Schmaltz. It's going to be Quincy Madsen facing off for the Aberdeen Cougars in their offensive zone. It's a Pelican Power Sports power play for the Aberdeen Cougars. Handled inside the blue line, down to the far corner. Aberdeen all the way across. Pass comes up to the defensive men. And the Cougars are trying to get things set up here into the near corner. Number 51 is Austin Erickson. He holds it in for the Aberdeen Cougars. The Aberdeen Cougars, far corner. Skates it around inside the blue line. Here's Erickson looking for somebody on the far side. Can't quite get a shot. Good coverage in front of the net. Now this one comes all the way back out. One minute left in this Pelican Power Sports power play here as the Aberdeen Cougars try to get this thing up the ice. Bramer giving some pressure in the zone as the Cougars now do get it into the offensive zone, and it's flung back out all the way down. That one might be on net, pushed out by Townsend. Aberdeen Cougars trying to get out of the zone here and get down the ice. As a long pass is missed there and goes all the way back down. We're going to have an icing call. Just missed Leighton Kleefman in the neutral zone, and we're going to come all the way back down in front of Townsend on his right side. 34 seconds left. Aberdeen's going to have to win the faceoff and get set up here to take advantage of this first power play by the Aberdeen Cougars. One by the Aberdeen Cougars. There's a pass up in the neutral zone. That's the Siefkin. He wears number 12. He's in the far corner. Now we're going to get a centering pass. It looks like a shot there. Went off the pad of Schmaltz, and Bramer's going to chip it on a backhand all the way down, and that should do it for the power play as it leaves 13 seconds. And they might get a shot here if they hurry. It held in really nicely there by the Watertown Lakers to break up that. And Foley, we are full strength. And that one goes back to Esplin. Over to Bowling. Trying to get it out of their defensive zone. Aberdeen holds it in. There's a deflection just a little bit wide of the net. Deflection by Brady Hoff. Held in the zone by the Aberdeen Cougars. Right in front of the student section. This one goes all the way back in back of Schmaltz. Puck comes out to the defensive position. I think that's Danielson holding it in there for the Aberdeen Cougars. The Cougars have been able to hold the zone here of late.
They have. Lakers have done a good job keeping them to the outside and blocking some shots as they come through, but they definitely had a little pressure here in this period.
And this one goes all the way down. Is chipped out of the zone by the Lakers there. And we're going to come all the way back down to the other end as icing is called. Yeah, I think if you talk about puck possession in this one, I think the Aberdeen Cougars probably have a little bit better puck possession.
They do.
Face off the left-hand side of Schmaltz. Won by the Watertown Lakers as Austin McBride in the near corner tries to chip it up to a teammate. And now they get it back out. Try to get it to Mull. He can't get it on his stick as the Aberdeen Cougars defense takes it up through the neutral zone. That's number 7 for the Aberdeen Cougars, Ethan Fergal. Neutral zone. Can't quite get it on his stick was Wyatt Knopf. Aberdeen Cougars take it up on the red line. There's a big check there from a Watertown Laker, and that's Hudson Hendricks.
Yep.
Put a pretty good hit on there.
2 minutes for an elbow.
But his elbow was a little bit high. That's what happens sometimes. You keep those elbows down, that doesn't happen. So the Lakers are going to have their second penalty of the night so far, of this period, of course. We're in the first period. We have 2:40 left in this first one. And that's going to be a roughing call. So we have a power play again, a Pelican Power Sports power play for the Aberdeen Cougars as they set up after the face-off. This one comes back out to Wicca. Wicca all the way over and to another defensive man, and he whiffs on it. Now here's a shot just inside the blue line. Goes down into the far corner. Defense over to defense for the Aberdeen Cougars down in the near corner. Back out to the defense. This is Wicca. Down to a teammate in the corner. There's a centering pass. Can't quite get it. Caleb gets out there, and they say they've got it. Aberdeen Cougars, it looked like Caleb maybe had it covered with his glove, but it snuck in the other side. So at 2:03, Aberdeen's going to tie this thing up on a power play goal.
Yeah, that was kind of a good play there by Aberdeen, to be honest. They got it snuck around the backside and snuck it back in that corner back there. Caleb, I think, thought he had it, but
yeah, I thought he had it too. It looked like he had it covered, and then of course it snuck through, and that's what happens. Yep. So this one's tied up with 2:03 left.
2:03 left in the first period.
1:57 left in this period. This face-off is controlled by the Aberdeen Cougars. Bringing it up through the neutral zone is Cliffman. Down into the far corner. Chasing over there is Esplin. Esplin, near corner, up to Evans. Evans going to try to chip it out right in front of his bench. Now he gets a little backhand, gets it out to neutral zone. Bramer can't get it on his stick. Drugged back in the offensive zone was Aberdeen. And here come the Watertown Lakers. This is Evans. Millen Evans met with a little contact there from Quincy Madsen for the Aberdeen Cougars. Aberdeen Cougars pass all the way across, and coming down is Cleffman. Cleffman's going to be met 1-on-2, and that puck does dribble down to Caleb, and he's going to stop play. Nice defensive play there for the Watertown Lakers, and I'm assuming that was maybe McBride.
Yeah, it was definitely McBride, yep.
Yep, that looked like a McBride defensive play. He does a good job. He's been doing it for the Lakers for a while. We're going to face off the left-hand side of Caleb. Schmaltz That's Brady Hoff going to control the face-off down behind Caleb. And can't be held in by the Cougars. And Riefenberger's going to chase to the far corner. And Eriksson's going to beat him there. And he's going to try to bring it out and pass it to teammate. Doing a nice job over here is Mull trying to keep it in his zone. Riefenberger's there. A little push and a little shoving, and he gets around Bryson Bowling. That's Hoff. Brady Hoff is going to take it all the way down. Doesn't have any teammates. It's going to come back out to the neutral zone. Far side neutral zone. Now it gets slapped in. That's Riefenberger. Puts it all the way down in the far corners. Eriksson chases. Sifkin can't get it out of the zone. There's a shot down there on the far end. It looks like Knopf tried to get a shot there. Townsend did have to stop that one, and as Bowling has it, he's going to fire it really wide. There's a tip right in front by Knopf. He can't quite get it redirected just right. Play in front of the net. Here's Bowling with a backhand over to his other defensive man. Here we're going to have a shot up and over the top of the net. And this one is stopped right in front by Riefenberger. He can't get his stick on it, taken away by Hoff. Hoff trying to get a teammate, can't do it. We're down to seconds, and that's going to end the first period of play between the Aberdeen Cougars and Watertown Lakers. It's a 1-1 tie. The Aberdeen Cougars have 8 shots on goal compared to 3 shots on goal for the Watertown Lakers. And the scoring goes as such. It was Millen Evans at 13:25 to open the game, 1-0. And then it took all the way to that end of that first period at 2:03 till the Aberdeen Cougars found one. And I don't even have that person's name that had it, but nonetheless, it's 1-1. A couple penalties in that period. The Watertown Lakers had both of them. There was a holding at 6:01 and a roughing at 2:40 in that period. And that leaves us a 1-1 period. And we have a guest. It's Mr. Max Evans. Max going to get his headset on. Max, I think you probably only can hear out of one ear, but can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, it's Max Evans, one of the Evans family boys. And Max, these are your teammates out here, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
They kind of are, aren't they? But tell us where you've been, because you're not with this team.
Yeah, so 2 years ago now, I got a chance to go play up in Alexandria, Minnesota at North Star Christian Academy. So I've been there for 2 years now, or this is my second year. I have a chance to come back next year, but maybe looking at going to somewhere else, maybe up in Canada. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see how the opportunities open up there. So
a different level of hockey for you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So when you go up there 2 years ago, what was the first thing that struck you by going up there?
Just how much we practice, how much it's not all about the games, really. I mean, obviously the games are a good test, but as a younger player, it's important to develop. So just practicing and working out, that was surprising to me, obviously, and just the time commitment we put into it. So
yeah, so it's kind of like a full-time job.
Oh yeah, it's about 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day.
Is there a weight program too? You're lifting weights and so forth.
Yeah.
And how many hours a day do you practice?
We have a practice right in the morning. That's 45 minutes. Workout right after that is 45 minutes also. And then our practice in the afternoon is an hour and a half, but most of the time it's about an hour 15. So. And
then do you play games on weekends?
Yeah, weekends. Most of the time it's 2 games. We'll just play a team twice, maybe Sioux Falls Power or St. Louis Car Shield. So it's mostly 2 games, but there is tournaments at 3-4 games. It just depends on the weekend.
You have a few bus rides?
Oh yeah, long ones.
A lot of bus rides.
A lot.
Where's the furthest you've gone this year?
We were going to go to St. Louis. Our bus broke down. That would have been about 11 hours, I think.
Yeah.
Later this year, we'll end up in Ohio and Michigan. So, I mean, 14 hours probably. I'm not exactly sure.
How many games you guys played so far?
29, 28, something like that.
How many will you play?
60, I believe.
60 games?
Yeah, 60 games.
That's a grind.
Yep.
That's
crazy.
A grind.
Almost every weekend.
So you're obviously enjoying it.
Yeah, it's fun.
Wouldn't change a thing at this point?
No, not anymore.
All right. So how many guys are on your roster?
We have 24 guys on the roster, maybe 25. I can't remember exactly, but so we have a few scratches every game. But
so how many do you put on your bench? 22?
The max we can. I think is 20.
Okay.
I'm not exactly sure. I can't remember. But.
All right. So your teammate is made up of your teammates are made up of who? From all over? Where do they come from?
I mean, we have a lot of North Dakota guys, a couple South Dakota. Minnesota is quite a few of the people, obviously.
Yep.
We have a kid from Texas, a couple of guys from Cali, like kind of really all over.
Oh, that's kind of the guy from Texas. You got him broke in on the snow and cold.
Oh, well, he played in Nashville too, so I mean, he was used to it a little, but he was up here last year, so he's worked into it now.
All right, good. So you'll play like 60 games. That's.
Yep.
Do you get any breaks?
Christmas and Thanksgiving, and
you get the Christmas day off.
No, we actually have a good schedule. They try to give us some time off since we do grind so hard. I mean, just weeks on weeks, and then they'll give us a good 2-3 weeks off. So
you guys are all high school age kids, right?
Yep.
What is the youngest kid in your team?
My team would be 17. We're a U18 team, so just 17, 18-year-olds. But there's also a U16 program, so that's 15, 16-year-olds.
Okay. And so there's 2 teams in that town where you're at?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
2 teams. Yeah, we have U16, U18, and it's just us that go to the school. It's a private school, so yeah, we do online school through Liberty University, which is in Virginia, and so we have just 48 guys in total that are in the school and at the rink. So
do you guys have any class time, or is everything online?
It's all online. I mean, our day's scheduled out where we have about 4 hours in the middle of the day.
Yep.
Maybe it's a little more. I can't remember exactly, but we have 4 hours a day to do online school. So we sit in a classroom with like a teacher advisor. They aren't technically a teacher, but they're just to watch us, and they can help if you really need. But it's mostly online. I mean, if you really have problems, you email your teacher. Or
I kind of see the school where you're at. It's kind of like college, really, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like a college sport where you're putting an awful lot of time into the sport. Yep. And is there eligibility requirements? You have to do a certain school?
There's NCAA requirements. Minnesota high school, since like when we registered or whatever you call it to be North Star, we're required to have however many school days. So it's all the same requirements pretty much as high school.
Well, that's great. Mm-hmm. Do you miss high school in Watertown a little bit, or just miss Watertown? Family?
Yeah, family is important, obviously, but my mom's up there with me most of the time now. Yeah. We rented a place, but yeah, I mean, you always miss it. It's your hometown.
Yeah. You stay in touch with some of these guys on the team?
Yeah, plenty of them.
Good.
Yeah.
Anybody been up there to see you play?
I know Blair was up.
Yeah.
Last week. I've had a few other buddies that met down in Sioux Falls. Owen was down there.
Yeah.
That was probably October, I think. So.
And I know you played in Moorhead, and I think you saw Jacqueline, my daughter, there.
Yeah, she was scorekeeping.
They were scorekeeping for one of your games, and then it was kind of funny because she said, she talked to you and she talked to your mom and so forth, and the next day Max broke his arm. Did you break your wrist or something?
Yeah.
Or was it not broke?
It was literally the next day. I sprained my wrist.
Okay.
We thought it was broke. Like on the X-ray, it looked like a fracture, but it was just my growth plate actually.
Okay.
And it looked a little.
Yeah, because you came back and played right away, didn't you?
It was like, I played that night. I heard it, I think Saturday morning, and then I was like, oh, something's not right, but I'm gonna keep playing, whatever. So I played that night. Woke up the next morning. I was like, yeah, something's really up. I gotta go get this checked out. Thought it was fractured, then turned out it was just sprained. I was out for 2 weeks maybe.
Okay. So you were out for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah. I suppose that happens. You have injuries, I'm sure, throughout your team.
Yep.
Comes and goes, and guys come in with injuries and have to rehab and so forth.
You really can't avoid it. So
yeah.
It's just part of the game. So
it is. So how long do you have off now?
Like 20 days, maybe 22 because we lost the St. Louis trip.
Oh, okay. So when's your next game, or when do you have to be back for practice?
We have to be back January 8th, and then I think our following games are that weekend. So
so you play. Your home rink is right in Alexandria, Minnesota.
Yeah, right next to high school, pretty much.
Okay, all right. So do you interact with the high school kids up there at all, or you guys are totally separate?
We really don't. Yeah, it's totally separate. Some people think we go over to the school to maybe do classes, but no, it's totally separate. We're just right next to high school, so it may look like that.
Okay. So your team, you've been there 2 years. Last year's team the same team as this year, or there's
North Star is different than most programs. They like to keep people around, obviously, for spiritual development and obviously school development. So they try to keep people around. So a majority of the team is people who were on the U18 team last year. So that's like 8 guys, and then 12 guys moved up from U16. I think we only had 3 guys leave from last year and go play somewhere else. But
so yeah, let's go to that now. You're in high school in Watertown. How do you get to where you're at now? Do they recruit you, or how do you actually get there?
Yes. So my story was I was playing Team South Dakota, and Connor Halbert, my coach, he's from Sioux Falls. He was just like, I think you should definitely look at this place. Like, maybe just throw it. He's just throwing it out there.
Yep.
By chance, Evan Witt was also saying, like, you should get out here. Like, there's a better opportunity for you somewhere else. And so Connor Halbert was like, you should look at North Star. Signed up online to go to just like an FCA camp. I had a few skates, and that weekend they were like, we're really interested in you. Like, you just have a fire, like a passion. You're not afraid, and we can teach you all the skills you need. Like I was definitely lacking some skill, some hockey skill. But they can't teach the work ethic and all that. So So as a high school then, so now they're kind of recruiting you for this and tell you can do it. So do you sit back on your couch and say, my gosh, should I do this, or are you just all in? Well, for me, I got a call from Tim Jackman. He was our head coach last year, and he's like, we're really interested in you. Do you want to come play? And I just said, yeah. Like, I just didn't want to think about it because I knew it was right, but I didn't want to have to, like, think about it and sit back and
so it felt right from the start.
It was just perfect. Pretty much.
So the other question I think that people maybe ask is, why do you do this? I mean, obviously you can progress as a hockey player, but where's the next step? Where do you go from here, or where do you hope to go from here?
From here, I'd hope to just make it to a next league, maybe the North American Hockey League, or play up in Canada, like I said. I'm not really sure what my future holds.
Do you go from college? From where you're at, do you go to college then?
No, there's so many leagues in between. I mean, there is some kids, if you're super crazy good, which is not really anyone on either team. I mean, there's a few guys that have D1 commitments, but you really play leagues before that. Like, there's the North American League, there's the USHL. You can go play in Canada, in the British Columbia. You can go play in the WHL.
So does college come in there somewhere, or do you just?
College is mostly after all those leagues.
After all those leagues.
It's super complicated. I don't really understand why it's done, but I mean, there's so many players that come from Canada, so I think that's how they kind of sort them out.
Yeah.
And you don't have to go to college to end up in the NHL. It's just the path for some people who want to get a college degree. So.
Well, you're on an interesting path. Yeah. I know when you first left, everybody said you were leaving, and I'm like, where's he going?
Yeah.
And it was Alexandria. What are you going to do there? So it's great. But we've been keeping up with you. Of course, the Watertown Lakers folks keep up with you, and your family. So congratulations for taking that step. I mean, you've been doing it for 2 years now. Now it's a lifestyle, right?
Yeah, it feels like it.
It is. Yeah. So, well, that's great. We wish you the best.
Thank you.
And we'll keep watching you.
Yeah, that sounds great.
And just don't forget to tell anybody I coached you when you were a Mike.
Oh, yeah.
That's where it started.
I'll shout you out.
Yeah. All right. So just keep that in mind. Max Evans, thank you.
Yeah.
As your brother plays here tonight.
Oh, yeah. Had a nice little goal. I'm not sure if he tried to score 5 holes, but it went in. So.
I don't. Do you think he did? Probably not. He probably just.
No, he was trying to snipe.
Yeah, right. Yeah, couldn't get it off.
But it went in, so it doesn't matter.
All right, Max Evans, thank you for coming up. We appreciate it. We appreciate all the Evans family, a great family and a great Laker family. So we've had a lot of fun over the years. And Max, we wish you the best.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. That was Max Evans. We wonder where he's at and how he got there and where's he going. But there's a gentleman at a young age that has a plan.
He's got a plan. He's got a plan. Max will make sure to pass that message on to Millen that you know he wasn't shooting there too.
Yeah, we'll pass that on. That's the brothers, right? Because one brother's never quite as good as the other, right?
Yeah, that's right.
According to those brothers.
Yeah.
So
give Millen another year. I'd like to see them two play against each other.
Yeah, you wonder. Yeah,
throw Mason back in there too.
Yeah, and we had Mason was the oldest boy, of course, and we saw him come up through the ranks, and Max. There's a funny story about Max because Max, you maybe remember when he was really little, and he was He always smiled when he played hockey. Mac's going to kill me when I tell this story.
That's all right.
But he, as a mite coach, and he was a little mite, and you think that, all the kids are so excited to play hockey, and that's all they think about is hockey when they're on the ice. And as you know, the kids on the bench don't think anything about hockey. So he came over and he was all happy, and we asked him, we said, Max, he looked at us like he had a question. Max, what's your question? We were in Aberdeen, and he said, well, why are all the seats in this arena blue? And a little guy like that, you think he'd be thinking about hockey when he's playing, but no, he's just happy to be out there and wondering why the seats are blue. He didn't care. No. So Max Evans, he's been a lot of fun over the years. Remember him when he could barely skate. I remember when he could barely skate.
It's fun. I'd like to put microphones on some of them 5, 6, 7-year-olds when they're out there. Yeah. It'd be great to hear that.
Yeah. So we are back to 17 minutes on the clock. The teams are both on the ice. Watertown Laker goalie Caleb Schmaltz is going to be on my left. On my right-hand side is Colton Townsend for the Aberdeen Cougars. We're in a 1-1 tie here. A little bit of an advantage, 8-3 on the shots on goal for the Aberdeen Cougars, and we're going to face off at center ice. It's going to be Huff and Foley, controlled by Millen Evans, as he chips it down into the offensive zone. I would have to say that Aberdeen probably had a little more puck possession in that first period, and we'll see what happens in the second period as Aberdeen's going to get it out of the zone on the far side. Picked up at the red line by the Watertown Lakers up to Bramer. Bramer chips it in on a backhand, and Foley chases in the far corner. Foley's going to skate it out there, and as held in real nice there by the Watertown Lakers, that's Hudson Hendricks on his knees. Aberdeen trying to break it out, and they're going to get it up out of the zone now, but possession Watertown Lakers as they chip it back. Far side, neutral play. Now that the zone is taken by the Aberdeen Cougars, and McBride takes it off the stick, and he's going to do it through the neutral zone with his legs, goes around a blocker, and he's going to take a nice shot, and that puck goes off the pad of Townsend and into the student section. Looks like we've lost some of our student section. I don't know where they went. Some of those Bantam kids.
Some of them Bantam kids probably said, I need a break tonight.
Scattered away. Oh, they're still running around. They're not all sitting on the bench.
Yep.
Facing off to the left-hand side of Townsend. And that one is controlled by the Watertown Lakers in the far corner. Check in the far corner. Lakers going to try to get a shot here, and it couldn't get much on it. That was Wyatt Knopf. But it was enough that Townsend has to grab it with his glove in the stoppage of play. So we're going to face off right in front of that student section. Facing off over there is Cohen Mall. And he's going to circle around, get it on his stick, and fire it just a little bit wide of the Aberdeen goalie. And Riefenberger is going to take it all the way back around. Aberdeen defensive men is going to try to break it out in front of the student section. Over on the far side, that's Kloffman. And it's going to be a breakaway here for the Aberdeen Cougars if they can get there, and they're not going to get there in time. That's Devin Fishback. Almost had himself a nice breakaway. Couldn't quite get down there in time, and it's an icing. We're going to go back down the other way.
A little bit of a risky move there by Gunnar Van Gilder trying to step up there. Kind of missed the puck and the player.
Yeah, as a coach, it makes you hold your breath just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Happens all the time.
And when the players look at you, you're like, oh, we're fine. We're good.
Yeah, we're fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Heads up.
And that puck goes all the way up into the student section after the face-off. Chipping it up there. Looked like maybe it was Ethan Scott.
We got a little tip on that, I think, by Aberdeen stick. Send her up that way.
We're looking for a new puck, and they found one. Facing off just in the neutral zone. Controlled here by the Lakers for a second. And that's Ethan Scott that's trying to get it on his stick. And now it does go all the way back down. Has to be chipped away by Caleb Schmaltz. Play continues in the far corner, and here comes the Watertown Lakers. And there's a shot, and Townsend puts a leg out and kicks the net off its moorings. That was Trey Allard. I couldn't get his name off my tongue. He took it up through the neutral zone with his legs. He wears number 29. He has 1 goal and 1 assist this year. He's a senior. Going to face off in the offensive zone for the Watertown Lakers. And coming out of that is the Aberdeen Cougars. Going to chip it up in through the neutral zone. Scott's going to get down there from his defensive position. Going to try to get a check over there against the Watertown. That's Sifkin. Sifkin is going to take it all the way around the far corner. He's going to chip it out to his defender. Defender puts it back down on the dot. And Scott's going to try to chip it out, and he gets upended by the Aberdeen Cougars as they hold the zone. And that may be like a hook, you think, or a hand pass, I'll bet. Is that right?
I think so. I think so.
I didn't see the call. I know they checked the net. Both teams are going to get a shift change here. And the stoppage of play.
Oh, we got an Aberdeen penalty, tripping.
Tripping on Cougars, Aberdeen Cougars. So, with 14:27 left in the second period, we're going to have an Aberdeen trip.
Lance Sifkin.
That's Sifkin. That's the first penalty here. So the Watertown Lakers are going to go on the Pelican Power Sports power play, and they win the face-off, and it's out to the defense on the far side. That's McBride. Evans back to McBride, right in front of the student section. Going to take a shot that's deflected somewhere along the line. Evans gets it back at the goalie. Over to Bowling. Bowling's all the way across to McBride. McBride's going to shoot one off the skate, and Bowling right in front of his own bench. Going to try to take it up to the blue line. Look for a little room. And that's going to try to go all the way across. They can't quite get it over there. That looked like Foley. Foley's in the near corner looking for a cross pass. Oh, and McBride misses it off his stick. And now he's going to have to take it up through the neutral zone and regroup. He's got his wheels going. They're going to try to get it. As Bramer hauls it in with his feet, leaves it for McBride. McBride's going to take a shot off Townsend, off the pads and out of play. Pretty good shot there by McBride. First time we've seen the Watertown Lakers on a power play, and they're setting it up pretty well.
They're moving the puck around quite well. I'd say they need to fire a couple more shots in there just because.
The first time they've had real puck possession in this game so far for any extended period of time.
Get something going here.
Going to face off over there, that's Mull. And the face-off does dribble out through the neutral zone. And chasing over there is Scott. Scott's going to take around his own goalie. And he's going to skate it out. There comes a pass. And up through the neutral zone. For the Watertown Lakers, deep in the zone is Mull. Up here, Esplin going to take a slap shot right in front of his bench. That can't make it to the net. Riefenberger tries to get a stick on it. And this one's going to come out and held in by Esplin. Right in front, and going to try to get it down in the corner. Can't quite do it, and Aberdeen Cougars are going to take it out. This is Danielson. Danielson's going to be 2-on-2 here, going to take a shot. I think that was off the pipe.
It was.
And there's a wraparound. Can't quite go. I don't know how that one didn't go.
Right
Schmaltz was over on the other
line.
side, and Brady Hoff couldn't quite get that wraparound. And we have 9 seconds left in the Pelican Power Sports power play for the Lakers, so there's not going to be much of an advantage here. The long stretch pass into the neutral zone. If they hurry up, they're going to get a shot here. It's going to be 2-on-2, and they do get a shot. Watertown Lakers now we're full strength. And Caleb comes out to try to get that away from the net. As the Aberdeen Cougars hold the zone with one person. And Mull has it along the far corner, reverses field. Look out, that's a dangerous pass right there. Mull lost it off his stick and went right in front of his own goalie. There was an Aberdeen player there, but he couldn't get it to go in the right direction. And this now comes out into the neutral zone and back in front of Townsend. Aberdeen Cougars going to try to get it up out of their defensive zone around the back of the net of Townsend. Watertown Lakers now getting into it in the near corner, and the Lakers going to try to get it in front of the net and can't quite do it. And here comes Aberdeen, upended. Nice play there by the Watertown Lakers in the neutral zone. This is chipped down deep and out of play. Might be the most out of play pucks I've seen in a game in a long time.
Got a lot of Laker logo pucks flying tonight.
Hopefully they all come back. They're about $2.50, or a little more than that now?
That's pretty accurate.
They used to be $2.50. Maybe the price hasn't gone up on hockey pucks.
No, it's rubber stayed about the same.
Tires aren't the same.
Tires are not the same.
Hockey pucks are.
Pucks are.
Face off in the neutral zone and controlled here by the Aberdeen. They're going to try to get it out of their defensive zone. Watertown Lakers looking for a centering pass. We're down on the far end. And now this puck comes out the neutral zone, and chasing is McBride down into the near corner, wraps it around his own goalie. And they try to get it up out of the zone here, and this is Roby. Roby looking for a centering pass, has got one in the center, can't quite get a stick on it. That's Hendricks, and the puck goes back over to McBride. McBride's going to try to skate through a check, and does. Held in the zone here by the Aberdeen Cougars, and off of a skate of the Watertown Lakers, McBride's down on the ground trying to keep it from a centering pass. Battling in back of the net. Over there for the is Kranzler, Micah Kranzler. We haven't said anything about him. He's our leading scorer, 5 goals and 3 assists as the puck comes all the way out for an icing. Micah Kranzler, he wears number 23 for the Aberdeen Cougars, and he is a sophomore. Seems like he's been around. Maybe he had a brother, Kranzler. Is there a brother there?
Yeah, I think there was an older brother.
Seems like we've had some Kranzlers in this. And facing off is going to be Brady Hoff to the right-hand side of Schmaltz, and Foley controlled by the Aberdeen Cougars, and there's a shot right into the glove of Schmaltz.
Caleb flashing a little leather there. He knew he had that one.
That's Dabney making that shot. I think that was Dabney.
Yeah.
From his defensive position, maybe. So we're facing off again. Here comes another shot that was deflected off the paddle of Caleb. Held in by Hoff. And Watertown Lakers going to try to get in the neutral zone. This is Bramer. Bramer gets it up to a teammate over there. That looks like Evans. He's going to take a shot wide of the net. And Bramer's got it in front of his bench looking for his centering pass to Foley. Foley dances through traffic, tries to get it over to Millen, and he can't get it over there. There's going to be an interference call, and that has to be on Aberdeen, I'm guessing.
I believe so.
So at 10:09.
Brady Huff. 2 minutes for interference.
The interference. So both teams have 2 penalties in this game. Watertown Lakers had 2 penalties in the first period, and Aberdeen Cougars 2 penalties now in the second period. 10:04 left. We faced off. Foley controls it in this Pelican Power Sports power play. McBride just inside the blue line. And looking in off the dot, and that's taken out of the zone here, and McBride's going to wheel it in through the neutral zone with his legs, and does right in front of his own bench. Looking for a centering pass. Foley missed that one, and Bramer found it and shot it up over the top of the net. That pass was not intended for him, but he got a pretty good crack at it. He's a leading scorer for these Watertown Lakers, number 11, Jake Bramer. And McBride just inside the blue line takes a shot off the post. I don't know how it went in. It went off the near post and behind the goalie. And Bramer's going to stick handle on the far side, and Foley picks it up in back of Townsend. He's going to try to throw it over the top of the net, and took a big check right there. Perhaps he kind of hung on to that puck a little too long.
He did. He got offended a little bit there. That should be a good head contact penalty.
So that's going to be Erickson. You think it was head contact, Lucas?
Nope. We're going to give him an elbow.
Foley kind of looked like he wanted to pick the puck up somehow there.
I think he was going for the Michigan there.
I think he was.
For those that don't know what that is, he picks it up with your stick behind the net and stuff it top shelf.
And I think he was kind of stationary just a little bit long, and Erickson put it on him.
Yeah, he did.
Pretty nice check, really. But got the elbows up a little high, like they do so often. And Aberdeen's going to switch some folks in and out
5 on 3 here for 107.
5 on 3 advantage here for the Watertown Lakers. A good chance to put this one up, get up here in the scoreboard, as McBride's going to walk it down to the dot and take a shot wide of the net. He picks it up in back of his own net. And Foley in the far corner. Looks out to defensive men. That is Bramer. Bramer's going to go down to Bowling. Bowling takes a one-timer, doesn't quite get there. And that one's chipped all the way out to Caleb. Down on the other end, Aberdeen's going to get one more skater. Still 5 on 3 for the Watertown Lakers, and up the ice comes McBride with all his teammates. 5 on 3, Lakers advantage right here. Far side, Bramer. Bramer looks over to Bowling. Bowling's going to look. He's at the top of the circle in front of his own bench, and McBride. McBride at the top of the circle, going to take a shot right flat on the ice. Nice shot. Looking for a rebound there. Evans is there. And a pass tries to get out to Bowling. Can't quite get it, and Bramer's going to go back. 12 seconds left on the first penalty. We are 5 on 3, and then we will go 5 on 4 for another minute.
Yep.
Bowling comes across the red line. Foley's got to hold up, stay on side, and does. Foley gets it just inside the blue line. Going to take it all the way back down. Here comes a one-timer by Bramer. Can't get the net on that one up and over the top. Near boards, Esplin checks into the lineup for the Lakers. Evans behind the net. Bramer back over to Evans. Evans going to look to stuff it in the corner. That was covered up pretty good. Here comes Bowling, take a shot in traffic. That one doesn't make it. As chipped out of the zone by the Aberdeen Cougars. Brady Hoff doing a nice job as he takes a break. We're still 25 seconds. We have advantage Watertown Lakers here, 5-on-4 hockey, as the zone is held by the Cougars at the time being. Here comes Mull. Mull's going to take it up the red line, going to try to hurry up. We've got 13 seconds left in this Pelican Power Sports power play. Look out, we might have too many guys on the ice there by the Lakers. Could have been maybe called.
That was close.
As Scott got onto the ice in traffic, and now we're going to be full strength as the Cougars chip it all the way back down, and the Lakers are going to try to hold it. Oh, there's a loose puck right in front of Caleb, and that was Hoff that took a shot. That was a dangerous rolling puck right in front of Caleb. He got in front of it. So here come the Cougars in their defensive zone, going to try to chip it out, and held in over there by Mull. Wyatt Knopf is in the mix over there, and Mull has it in the far corner. Going to try to reverse field, looking for a centering pass. Can't quite get there. Townsend got a stick on it before it got out to the front, and trying to break out. Scott's going to try to hold it in deep. Can't quite there. Esplin going to chip it down into the near corner, trying to keep that puck deep. Doing a nice job is Esplin. And we've got a Watertown Laker player blew a tire right out in front. That was Scott. He's back on his feet, and the puck is back of Caleb Schmaltz, and the Lakers are going to try to take it back out of there. That was Esplin. Esplin looks like he might be out of gas, trying to do best he can. The second period, it's hard to get off the ice in the second period. You're farthest away from your bench.
Yeah, he's been out there for about 2 minutes. He needs to get off. He's trying.
He's trying. It's hard to do, as Scott's going to tip it in deep, and that's exactly what he needed to do to get some of these fresh legs out for the Watertown Lakers. On the far side, chasing down is Hendricks, Hudson Hendricks. Far corner, missed the pass up to a teammate. And Aberdeen's going to look for a centering pass in front of Caleb. He can't quite do it. And here comes Hendricks, going to take it out with his legs. Check over there on the far side. That was Clefman. Kind of missed him, but did the job. Got him off the puck as the Aberdeen Cougars have the puck in their defensive zone. Going to try to break it out. Try to skip it and held in by Allard. Now it comes out to McBride. McBride on the red line right in front of the Reliabank booth. Chips it down deep. Pace is picking up here just a little bit. Roby's in the far corner, pinning a teammate, pinning a Aberdeen Cougar over there. And here comes Allard. Allard's not afraid of a little contact down there. He gives the Aberdeen Cougar guy a little taste of a check there. Aberdeen doing everything they can to get out of the zone, and Evans held it in nicely for the Lakers. Lakers have a little pep in their step here, and here comes Evans trying to get it off his skate and get a shot, and here Bowling. Bowling's going to the far corner just inside the blue line, and that's bounded off by Townsend. And Aberdeen trying to get out of the zone, can't do it. Lakers doing a nice job holding this zone as Foley tries to beat the puck to the goalie, and Townsend covers. I like what we saw out of the Lakers right there.
Yeah, they got a little pep in their step, like you said, Jim, and they are sure stuck to that puck. They're giving it a whirl. And,
good things will happen if you hold it in the zone that long.
Yep. Pin the opposite team, Aberdeen in this case, down there like that. They're going to get tired real fast.
Foley's going to face off for the Watertown Lakers in the offensive zone. Held in, shot by Bowling. Goes way wide. Bowling's going to chip it back in. We're in neutral zone play. Evans over to Gunnar Van Gilder. Gunnar Van Gilder up to Foley. Nice stick work there. There's a great shot by Foley just right into the chest of Townsend. That's a nice play by Foley. There's Bowling going to throw it at the net. Tipped over there by Bramer up and over the top. Watertown Lakers getting some shots on goal here. And Aberdeen scrambling to get it out of their zone and not succeeding at this point. Chipped in there, held in by Bowling. Evans back out to Bowling right in front of his bench. He's going to walk it over right in front and just between the circles. Can't quite get it in. Townsend doing a nice job. They're bouncing the puck off of him. 3:42 left in this period as the Watertown Lakers control. Here's Bowling, can't quite get it on his stick.
Oh, he got lucky there.
He got lucky there. Aberdeen were off to the races if he went to dove for that puck.
That'd have been a 3-on-0.
Foley back behind Townsend, going to look for a centering pass. Nobody home. Riefenberger takes the ice. That goes off his stick and goes down to Caleb. Gunnar Van Gilder picks it up. Look out. Got to get it all the way around there, Gunnar. Can't quite get it around the zone net. Offensive play here now for Aberdeen. Aberdeen holds it in. There's a shot that was deflected off of Gunnar Van Gilder, and there's a rebound. It went Van Gilder to his own goalie, and Fishback found it on the doorstep.
He did. He did. Caleb was stretched out as far as he could get there, and he was trying to get there. He just couldn't quite move.
Yeah, that was a tough one because there was a couple deflections and a rebound. So Aberdeen, even though they did not possess the puck very much in the last 3-4 minutes, come up with a goal there. That's a tough one for the Watertown Lakers when you put that much effort into the offensive zone. Face-off center ice, controlled by the Lakers. Back to the defense of the Cougars. Cougars go neutral play here. And McBride gets it right in front of our booth. Neutral zone play here. Nobody can get it in a zone. Now the Cougars take it in. That's Hoff. Gets a shot that goes wide. Collision. And neutral play. Here comes the Watertown Lakers into the offensive zone. Falling down over there is Wyatt Knopf. And Aberdeen gets it off of his stick and into the offensive zone. Here comes a shot for the Aberdeen Cougars, and it goes in. That's Devin Fishback. And we're going to be at 3-1 just like that. We just talked to Lucas about how nice the Lakers were playing and controlling the puck, and all of a sudden they find themselves down by 2 goals.
Yeah, they need to go here this last 2:19 of this period. You know, McBride did a good job sticking up playing defense there, but that one just snuck in the top corner there right over Caleb's glove.
That's number 2, Devin Fishback. Back-to-back goals there, 3:04 and 2:19. So he's got his team up by 2 is the Aberdeen Cougars, and as Clefman right in front of us tries to get it across neutral zone. And now it is in the neutral zone here for the Watertown Lakers. It's going to be 2-on-1 if they hustle. And that's Logan Osted. Haven't said his name tonight. He almost had a breakaway there and broken up by the Aberdeen Cougars coming down the other way. Bowling gives a little shot there on a centering pass. Loose puck doing nothing right in front. Caleb found it. He got on his belly and got that one. That puck sat there for a long time. That's always dangerous when that puck sits there for too long right in front of the goalie. And Allard was in the mix there, trying to get it out of there. Tough last few minutes here for the Lakers. I thought they actually played pretty well and found themselves down 2 goals and playing pretty well.
They are playing pretty well, yeah. But I need a bounce or 2 here to go their way, and it'll be a little different story.
Yeah, you're right. Face-off, back behind Caleb. Bouncing puck goes over the top of McBride's stick. He can't get his stick on it. Goes right over the top of him, lump in the ice. In near corner, Madsen for the Lakers. McBride puts a little check on there, and here comes Bramer. Near corner, tries to get it out of there, now gets it up at least to the blue line, held in over there by Dabney. Dumps it down deep. McBride, far corner, going to try to break it out. Evans can't keep it on his stick, and now it does come up. Evans just kind of takes the puck and the player out. Play over here by Bramer. He's rolling with a teammate. And chipped in now into the near corner by McBride. 51 seconds left in this second period. And there's a pass right in front, and he's got it. That's
Bramer.
That came from behind. I think it was by McBride, and it was just not hardly even a pass. It was a bouncing puck, and Bramer found it with 45 seconds left in this second period.
Tommy Foley doing the work down there in the corner, got a nice pass from front. Like you said, up from 10 to 11. Bramer somehow ended up in the net with the puck, but it was going in one way or another.
That's the right place at the right time. And that's Foley. He said he's probably going to have the assist on that. So Foley's going to have an assist, and it looks like Bramer's going to have his 6th goal there. Nice timing on that goal.
Aberdeen just got a penalty out of that, 2 minutes there.
That must have been after the play, I assume?
Must have been.
Or was there a delayed penalty? I don't know what.
I think it was after the play.
Okay, so we're going to be on a power play here for 45 seconds and start of the third period. So that was 45 seconds. And play continues as Foley's going to try to take it in the offensive zone on his 5-3 advantage. And looking for a shorty here is Aberdeen. Nice shot there. I think that was Brady Hoff. He was all by himself and did get it to the pads of Schmaltz. We're already down on the other end with Bowling behind Townsend. Townsend going to look for a centering pass. Oh. There's a Bramer with a shot off the pipe. Bramer found himself looking at an open net there and ended up hitting the pipe, and this one's going to come out as Bramer's got it at the red line. Everybody out of the zone here. We're going to try to regroup with 4 seconds left and 0.4 seconds left, and that's not going to happen. So we are going to be on an advantage for the Watertown Lakers, which is nice, being down 2-3 going into the third period. For a minute and 15 in that third period, we're going to have a Laker advantage.
Yeah, the Lakers could luckily stuff one in there with 45 seconds left to go, kind of evened her up here. Still down by 1, but I'd say they had the advantage there in the last half of that second period. Played pretty well. Then power plays kind of got them running.
That goal caught me by surprise there for the Watertown Lakers with 45 seconds left. Foley taps it up on a pass that was kind of deflecting. It was just kind of a bouncing puck, and Bramer happened to be standing there and whacked it into the goal. That happened at 45 seconds. But if we go back in the second period at 3:04, Aberdeen did score. That was Fishback, and he scores a goal, and then he comes back in less than a minute. That's Devin Fishback, and comes back in less than a minute and scores another one, and the Lakers found themselves down 3-1. 45 seconds left as we talked. Bramer found the goal from Foley. So we're at a 3-2 game here. Aberdeen still has a slight advantage in shots on goal. Not a lot of shots on goal in this game. 13 for Aberdeen and 9 for the Watertown Lakers. Few penalties, and they were all by Aberdeen. There was actually 4 penalties from Aberdeen at the 14:27, 10:15, 9:15, and 45 seconds, which is going to take us into the third period. So Watertown Lakers hopefully can take advantage of some of these power plays. And it's just what they need right now coming into the third period.
Definitely. Good way to start the third period for the Lakers here right now. You know, on the scoreboard, the shots on goal are 9-13, which is extremely low for a varsity game here in South Dakota even. And I got to think that maybe both teams have a few more shots than that, but Aberdeen has done a lot of shot blocking down there in their own end. The Lakers haven't got a lot of them through. So
we talked about it in this game. The first period, I think the puck was probably controlled by the Aberdeen Cougars, maybe a little bit more. But I thought the second half of this second period, I think the Watertown Lakers outplayed them.
They did outplay them.
And the Lakers were outplaying the Cougars when they scored 2 goals.
They were.
Completely.
Completely. That one there was kind of a bad bounce, and then they got that second one there off a crazy shot. But, you know, it's hockey for you.
That's hockey, and you know, and a lot of times there's nothing you can do about it. It's a little bit of luck and a little bit of positioning, and you know, some of those players, like we saw Bramer, he happened to be in the right spot at the right time, and I think that happens more than not in hockey.
Yeah, definitely.
So
it's probably more luck than anything, Jim.
It is, and as sports go, of course, all the good teams need luck and skill and so forth and so on, but luck does come into play. So you are listening and watching on our YouTube channel, GoWatertown.net. We're streaming live anywhere in the world and coming to you on 1480 KSDR Watertown Radio. And we're going to do this a few more times this year. We have one scheduled possibly on the 6th. That one is a little bit up on the air because these announcers don't know if they can make that one, but we'll let you know. But then we're going to go all the way to January 21st when we're going to announce the boys and the girls in probably the biggest night of the year for the Watertown Lakers and a lot of people that attend. That's our Stick It to Cancer night. That will be our next for sure broadcast, and we might have one on the 6th in between there. We'll have to see how that one goes. But that Stick It to Cancer night, if you haven't been to a Watertown Laker hockey game yet, boys or girls, you need to get here on the 21st of January, as that is Stick It to Cancer night, and every kid on the ice and coaches and so on and so forth are going to be playing for somebody affected by cancer. All the proceeds go to Coddington County Cares, who is a cancer support group in town. And if you don't like hockey, come anyways, because that's one of the nicest nights. This place will be full that night, And it's just a special night because it's all about folks that have been affected by cancer in their lifetime, and I don't think we know anybody that hasn't been. So put that one on your calendar, January 21st.
Yeah, that's definitely a fun night. Definitely a fun night.
It is.
There'll be tears in everybody's eyes by the time the night's over.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. And our team will have special jerseys for it.
Yep.
And sometimes the opposing team comes with different jerseys, but that's something that's happened throughout the state is this Stick It to Cancer. And I think they call some of the things Pink in the Rink. They have different names for it.
They do.
Throughout the state, but it's really caught on through the state, and it raises some money and awareness for the cancer cause. But put it on your calendar. That's going to be a really nice event. And if you think about it, Lucas, it might be the last time that event is in this little arena.
It probably...
Right?
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. We probably will be, but I got to give a lot of credit to Jenny Workus on that, even throughout the whole state. She's kind of got that going. Mitchell kind of started it a few years ago with between them and Oahe, but it's grown to everybody throughout the state, and she's been a big part of that.
Yeah, and it's kind of neat here because they dim the lights, and I don't know. I think it's a little different here. Everybody does a really good job of it, but I really like the way the Watertown Lakers have done it in the past. It's kind of a neat thing, and this rink has a different look when you shut the lights off and have some other. It's neat. So, like I said, put that on your calendar for that one. We talk a little bit about the new rink. We kind of been talking about it for years and years and years, and we can briefly tell everybody what's going on with the rink. There's construction. That's what we know.
Yeah, there's dirt moving.
There's dirt moving out there. And if you go out there, it's right behind Hobby Lobby. Out by the interstate. I guess it's the east end of town, and there is a hockey rink being built there. There's no walls up yet. It's all dirt work, and it's going to be dirt work for a long time.
Yep. There's some concrete in there, though.
There's some concrete. There's frozen dirt work going on. Things go pretty slow. Things always go pretty slow on construction until you get all that dirt work done and the plumbing and so on and so forth. But they say they're on schedule. As much as I know about it anyway. They say they're on schedule, and you just keep on chugging along, and the hope is that we're in that thing around Thanksgiving time, I think,
That's the goal.
That's the goal. So hopefully that'll happen, but I can tell you that's going to happen sometime next hockey season. Yep. This rink will be started up, I'm sure, in October like it always is.
Yep.
And there will be practice. There will be, all the events in the early season will go on. And I'm guessing that next year at this time, we might be moving.
We might be moving.
We might be moving. Instead of broadcasting, we'll be moving.
Yep. That'll be an undertaking in itself. I don't think you realize how much stuff is buried in this tiny little rink.
Years worth of stuff buried in this rink. So you just think about the process of moving. It's almost overwhelming because all the coaches stuff and all that, and some of that will become new, and lockers and things like that, and I think a lot of the lockers from the varsity locker rooms are probably going to move.
They're moving with us.
So that's an undertaking in itself. All the lockers are going to come out. And you think about all the banners. There's lots of sponsor banners. These are probably not moving over there. Maybe they are. Maybe they're not. We don't probably even know that yet.
Yep.
But it's going to be a big move, and a long-awaited move, and it's really exciting right now in Watertown Laker hockey as we are going to start the Chuck-a-Puck. Chuck-a-Puck is sponsored by Health Source Chiropractic. Health Source Chiropractic has been involved in Watertown Laker hockey for years, and this year their sponsorship is the Chuck-a-Puck. Watertown Laker volunteers sell pucks. For, what is it, I don't even know how much they cost.
I don't even know.
A buck a piece?
Something like that.
Christy Evans used
look at that.
Christy Evans used to bring us pucks.
Oh, we got one.
Look at that, we got one right in the center.
It's going to be tough to beat.
Everybody that buys a puck, it's a rubber puck or a foam puck, and they throw them out in the center ice, and the nearest one to the banner is going to win half the proceeds. The rest will go to the Watertown Lakers Hockey Association, and we have a puck right on the center. I was going to say Christy Evans used to bring us pucks up here. She hasn't done it yet this year.
Christy's in the stands. I'm going to have to give her a hard time.
Yeah, she'll probably listen to this broadcast since Max was speaking up here. It's good to see Max Evans up here.
Definitely.
As the Chuck-a-Pucks come to an end here, and we have a winner, a clear winner. It wasn't us.
I'm kind of liking this vantage point, though. I'd like to throw one from up here.
I know. You always think you could win from up here. I never have. There'll be a day, Lucas. We're going to do it.
Maybe it's just you, Jim. Maybe it's just you.
I've never won a chuck and puck from any direction.
No, me neither. Me neither.
I used to spend my $5 in every rink I went, and finally I just started buying hot chocolate, and it seemed like it worked out better.
You always win that way.
That's always a win. So, sponsors, we have a lot of them that make this happen. We are in our Reliabank booth, perched up here at the 45-yard line. It's maybe the 50-yard line. Pre-game show, Watertown area, the United Way. Coach's comments, Deutsch Excavating. Starting lineup, first choice, Auto Wash, Dutch Boy Car Wash. Real Jewelries, they do the puck drop and the face-off. We don't mention them enough. We sure have a lot of puck drops. First Premier Bank card, do the timeouts and the scoreboards. Power play penalty kill, Pelican Power Sports. Hockey Happenings, Sharp Automotive, and I guess we consider Hockey Happenings, Lucas, when we talk to each other throughout in the period breaks. That's Hockey Happenings, brought to you by Sharp Automotive. Chuck a Puck, as we said, just getting done, is Health Source Chiropractic. Player of the game, Lucas. We have to figure out a player of the game in one more period. That's brought to you by Subway. And Big Brother, Big Sister program, Elite Sewer Drain, First Bank and Trust, sponsoring all those little brothers and little sisters as we feed the Watertown Lakers program. We need those young ones to come out for hockey and be welcomed and get their own jersey and play games and so forth. So that's a worthwhile cause.
Definitely.
It all starts when they're little.
It does. So speaking of that Big Brother, Little Brother program, they got an event tomorrow night where these big boy varsity players and the big girl varsity players will be meeting with all their squirt and mite little brothers and sisters tomorrow night out at the Randall shop. That should be a pretty fun event. We're going to feed them and play games and get to know each other a little bit.
Right, and the Randalls are Elite Drain and Sewer, so they are the sponsor, and they go above and beyond just the sponsorship. They feed the kids and so on and so forth, provide an area for all the kids to do. It's a nice program because the older kids take the younger kids under their wings.
Yep.
And they get to hang out with them. They tell the funny stories, and those do last. Those little relationships that they build, they do last.
They do. I got a story for you. All
right.
So I haven't played. This is 20 years since I graduated this coming year, or the end of this season, and I still remember who my big brother was when I was little. And he's no longer here anymore. But Joel Lamb was my brother when I was that age. And I remember being out here at Open Skate. We went to a movie. We did all kinds of fun stuff, and it was great. It's a great program, and I'm sure glad they're still doing it.
Yeah, it is a great program, and it's kind of funny that you say that because I think all these the little ones, as they come up and graduate, like you said, I think that every hockey player can remember who their big brother, big sister was.
So realistically, that's 30 years ago, and I still remember that.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
And it kind of keeps them engaged. My son had a player by Jason Good.
I know that name.
And he's doing some coaching, of course, and you're friends with him. But he was a very good skater as a very young kid. I think he was a ninth grader or whatever, and he was somewhere along the line. He was the big brother of my youngest son, and Jason took him under his wing when they play pump at Open Skate.
Oh yeah.
And Jason was a good enough skater that nobody could chase him.
Yep.
And my son Mason chased him for probably 3 or 4 years. And one day he came home and he was so happy. I said, "What's going on?" He said, "Dad, I touched him."
Speaking of Jason Good, look who just stepped
There's
up
Jason
here.
Good. There's Jason Good. We were just telling a story about Jason Good. That's kind of weird. He just appeared out of nowhere. Jason Good. We were just telling a story about you. Oh boy.
Yeah.
We were talking about the Big Brothers and Big Sisters program.
Yeah.
And I was telling Lucas about, I think you were the big brother of Mason, one of my sons at one time.
Oh, yeah.
And you guys used to play at Pump, and he chased you for about 3 years, and he came home.
Yeah.
He came home one year, and he said, "Dad, I touched him."
There you go.
I chased him for 3 years and never touched him.
Hey,
And I don't know if you fell down or what, but he touched you that day.
Hey, whatever, it still counts, right?
That's right. That's right. So, Jason, you took a little break from Watertown Lakers hockey. Of course, you graduated and went up through the program, played at a bunch of different levels. Took a little break, and now you're back.
Yes.
I stopped, I don't know when it was. I graduated high school. I think I coached for 3 years after that. And then I just got more involved with a little bit more of my racing stuff and started traveling the United States racing and going here, there, and everywhere. And I don't know, I came to a couple games last year and I texted Deutsch after one of our not so good games, and I was like, what's it going to take? I said, I'll come back, and so here I am.
Sign up. Sign right here.
Here we go.
All right. Jason, good. Thank you. When you come up to the booth here, you always get on the air. Thank you for coming. It's kind of weird he showed up when we were talking about him. That's kind of spooky. We're going to face off at center ice, controlled here by the Lakers. Bremer. Remember, we're on a power play for the next minute. Watertown Lakers power play here. Controlled by McBride. He's going to skate it in below the dot. Going to have a feed over to Evans. Can't find it. Now it's a backhand. Can't quite get it to the net. And this one's going to squirt all the way down to the other end. And they're going to have to regroup. Caleb Schmaltz stops it behind his net. As Bowling brings it up with his legs. Bremer. And McBride. McBride, he's the one that seems to bring it up for the Lakers. Almost an offsides there. That was close. And they are in the offensive zone. Over to Bremer. Bremer between the circles is going to take a shot. 5-hole, nobody open. That one's deflected off as Bremer gets it back right in front. Comes over McBride just inside the blue line or down to the dot. A shot over there. That one doesn't go. That was Bowling. Bowling on the far corner. Going to get it over to Bremer. Bremer looking across. Now looks back down to the corner. McBride, he just kind of floats around on this power play here. 7 seconds left. We're going to be full strength here real soon. Bremer's going to take a shot. That one goes in. That's a nice shot by Bremer as that one was just taken away. Bremer, kind of a no-look shot inside the blue line.
1 second left in the power play.
1 second left. I told him he had to hurry. He did.
He did.
Bremer.
Great shot. He just took his time there, and I think he was looking for something open, and he shot a little deflection in front and went right in.
Right off the post.
Yeah.
So that one's going to tie it up. A power play goal there by the Lakers and Bremer, and we are full strength. And a 3-3 battle here, Aberdeen Cougars and the Watertown Lakers boards Varsity. Evans got the assist on that one as the Lakers try to take the offensive zone and do. Skipped around here is Hoff. Lakers going to hold the zone. Cross pass, nice looking cross pass, tough one to handle. Can't get their stick on as Wyatt Knopf. Esplin's out here playing defense. Knopf in the near corner. Mole. And now this one's going to come out with the Aberdeen Cougars. That's number 12, Lance Sifkin. And a shot's going to go wide of the goal as the Aberdeen Cougars going to get a shift change here. Erickson's chasing in the near corner. Knopf with a real hard pass out to center ice, can't handle it, but he's got it himself now at the red line. Takes a bump just inside the blue line. The Aberdeen Cougars try to get it out, held in nice, now taken back out by Ethan Scott out of his own zone. Erickson for the Aberdeen Cougars going to chip it high off the glass. Better catch up to that one as the zone is taken by the Aberdeen Cougars. This is Fergal, Ethan Fergal on the far corner. Allard, in front of his own goalie, going to chip it out to Roby. Roby's going to bring it up. Everybody's going to stay on side with a pass back to Allard. Can't quite handle that one. Fergal takes it down and goes all the way down to the far end, and we're going to have an icing call. So we're going to come all the way back down on the left-hand side of Townsend. The Lakers tie this thing up with 15:46 in this third period. It was Evans. It was Bremer from Evans, and gets us to 3-3, and this is a dead heat, 3-3 and 13 shots on goal for both teams.
Yeah, the Lakers have had 5 shots on goal here in this first part of this period. That's pretty big compared to they had 8 at the end of 2 periods.
You like to think Coach McMullen probably has got these guys on the right track coming out into the third period. Of course, a power play goal doesn't hurt coming out of a period. As Evans battles right in front of our booth here. Still battling in front of our booth. He's going to try to dump it down in the zone, gets it partway down. And Aberdeen's going to try to get it out, and they can't make a pass in the neutral zone. Brought in by McBride. Takes it all the way around. Held in over there by Bremer. Bremer's looking for his third one. He's going to take a shot, and that one doesn't quite make it. Nice defensive play there by the Aberdeen Cougars. Bowling Takes a shot deflected. Look out, that one was close for bowling. It was real close. Lots of traffic. And now it's going to be taken out into the neutral zone. And Foley is going to have a check over there on the far side. Madsen on Quincy Madsen out in the neutral zone. And Aberdeen's going to pick this up in their neutral zone, take it behind their own goalie, going to try to set up. Applying a little pressure here is going to be Evans. And that's Riefenberger in the near corner. Hoff tries to get a long pass out in the neutral zone, bounces off, and Bowling's going to chase it back into his defensive zone. Trying to get it up the ice here is the Watertown Lakers, and they're going to chip it all the way down. Maybe not. Yep, that is going to be an icing call. So they're going to go all the way back down. In front of Caleb Schmaltz. He's a sophomore. Seen a lot of pucks this year for his first varsity season. Doing a nice job for the Watertown Lakers. He's got us kept in this one with a 3-3 tie. Faced off over there is Brady Hoff. Seems like he's on the ice an awful lot. Brady Hoff. Oh, and there's a puck that just dribbles in. Wasn't even a shot. And that's Aberdeen Cougars are going to go up 4-3. 12:34. Aberdeen is going to get a, I don't know, do you call it a lucky goal?
A lucky goal. I wasn't even watching, to be honest.
It's a goal nonetheless. I don't even know if anybody scored it. It just kind of was a puck that rolled. Caleb lost track of it, and it just kind of scooted in.
I was looking at our computer screen here. We got a little blurry camera, so I apologize for those watching, but it'll come back here shortly.
We're going to paint the picture for you. You don't need to see a screen, right, Lucas?
That's right.
We're going to paint the picture as there's neutral zone play as Hoff. Brady Hoff brings it in on his knees into the offensive zone for the Cougars. And Lakers going to try to chip it out and can't quite do it as it goes back down. Ethan Scott's going to chase it and look to break out. Look up ice for a pass. Can't quite get it out of the zone of the Watertown Lakers. Roby's trying to backhand it out. He can't do it. Esplin from his defensive spot goes down right in front of the stands, and Roby's going to bring it up to the red line and chip it in deep, and everybody's going to get a change here. Evans is going to come back on the ice, trying to hold it in. Bramer does hold it in right in front of our booth, and he's going to walk it in. Him and Evans are 2-on-3, and Bramer looking for a shot. Can't quite get it in. Got it closer than I thought he was going to. And it scoots out to the far side as Foley holds it in. Bramer's going to skate it back in again, looking for his third shot. He's got 2 already tonight, 2 goals. Looking for his third, held in here by the Lakers. That's McBride over to Evans. Evans going to scoot it all the way around. Held in over here by Hudson Hendricks. Now it scoots back out, and Hendricks gives a little check off the puck, and he's going to be called for that. I thought it was a nice check, but that's only my opinion. He got a little elbow on that one. I thought it was a pretty nice one, Lucas. That's all right.
Yeah.
So Lakers are going to be a man down here with 11:09. You never like to see a man down, but they will be on a power kill, a penalty kill. Penalty kill. For the next 2 minutes, 11:09 left in this one. We are on AM 1480 KSDR and streaming it all over the world on GoWatertown.net. It's Watertown Lakers varsity hockey. We're in our third period as the faceoff goes all the way down to the far end. We're on a Pelican Power Sports power play here for the Aberdeen Cougars as they're trying to regroup and get it up through the defensive zone, and now they do. And that's Kluffman. Gets it off his stick. Over to Fishback. Fishback already has 2 tonight. He had 2 quick goals in the second period. And Riefenberger is going to break up this power play for the Cougars. Good pressure here by the Lakers. As Mull tries that, turn that one around in the neutral zone. Nice play there by McBride in the neutral zone, just into the offensive zone. Fishback down in the near corner. He wears number 2. Goes circling around, looking for a pass up front, and finds it, and it's a goal for the Aberdeen Cougars. With 10:13, they get a power play goal. And I can't remember, I don't know who that one was, but it was a defender, I believe. And I'm going to get his number right now. It was Jackson Danielson from his defensive position from Aberdeen.
It's a good shot by him right over Caleb's blocker.
It was, and they did a nice job there on the power play. I thought the Lakers were doing a nice job burning it up too, but Aberdeen finds the back of the net there to get this thing 3-5. So the Lakers with 10 minutes left here find themselves down by 2 goals again. And a check right up front here by the Aberdeen player. And back into the defensive zone for the Lakers. Trying to get it out of there is Roby. Can't quite do it. And right in front of the Laker bench, Allard. Down in front of us. Seeing the ice right now for the Watertown Lakers is Jacob Holgate. He wears number 14. He's on this play right now with 9:24 left in this third period. Lakers are down by 2 to the Aberdeen Cougars as the Cougars pick it up in the neutral zone. Going to have a neutral zone pass all the way across to the far side and brought in over there by Sefkin. Centering pass, can't quite get it to the net. Caleb out around the post. Aberdeen controlling. There's a shot from just inside the blue line, Aberdeen Cougars. Karams all the way around. That one did go out. Aberdeen's going to have to get out. Bramer's trying to take advantage of it. Can't quite do it, and now it's going to be handed over to Bramer. And we have an Aberdeen Cougar down in the neutral zone. He's back up. He doesn't have a stick. Aberdeen Cougars controlling the puck here for a while. And this one, Karams all the way down and Chase down to the far end for an icing, Hudson Hendricks. It's going to go all the way back down to the offensive side for the Lakers, to the right-hand side of Townsend. 15 shots on goal for the Aberdeen Cougars and 14 for the Watertown Lakers as Foley takes the face-off. And it's controlled by Bramer. Bramer's going to go between the circles. He's going to take a shot, looking for his third one of the night, and that goes in the glove of Townsend. Bramer had a pretty good look there, I thought. He scooted it to the middle.
He did. Bramer's kind of turned it on here this last period and a half.
Yep. And this is the time when you need to get the puck on the sticks of the scorers right now. This line, Bramer, Foley, and Evans can all score, as we know. And here comes Evans off the faceoff, up and over the top of the net. McBride's out there. He can score. He puts it on the net, right flat on the ice. Lakers hold the zone. Foley, Evans. And this one going to be chipped off the board by the Aberdeen just to get it out of the zone. And Lakers are controlled as McBride with a long pass intercepted. And there's a collision by the Aberdeen players. And McBride's going to try it again right in front of his bench. He's going to use his legs a little bit here. Going to try to get it out of there, and they're going to have a high stick on the Aberdeen Cougars. So we're going to face off.
All the way down.
That's good. Let's go all the way down, right. So everybody gets a change here. We're going to have Mull for the Lakers. It's going to be Knopf. And I believe it must be Riefenberger. Bowling's going to play defense, and so is Esplin. Face off, near side, near corner. I'll back around Townsend. Far side over there is Fergal trying to hold it in, and it looks like Townsend maybe just ran into the net, huh? Was it him that did it?
That's exactly what happened.
He just stood up and just kind of ran the net over. Goalie kind of backed up as that puck went around and behind him. He moved and just moved the net right off its moorings.
Yep.
Moll's going to take the face off. Erickson for the Aberdeen Cougars. Aberdeen's going to skip it all the way around as they come up and look for a pass in the neutral zone and get it. It's 2-on-2 here for the Aberdeen Cougars. Take a shot right by Caleb. Caleb, look out. He had the rebound, put it right out in front of the net. That was a dangerous rebound. And here come the Lakers up through the neutral zone. That's Knopp and Mull. Knopp's going to find it in the near corner. Going to drag it, look for a shot. Pretty nice look there. Got a lot of traffic. Had somebody in front. And there's another centering pass. Didn't find a home in Riefenberger. Bowling's just inside the blue line right by us. Going to take it in off the skate of an Aberdeen Cougar, and they're going to come the other way. Bowling says no. He's going to grab it in the neutral zone. And big check over right on the red line on the far side. Nice job by Bowling. That's actually a good time check there. And Esplin and Bowling collide, and look out. This is going to be an Aberdeen pretty free shot there, and Caleb stops the first one, and I can't remember who it was. They collided right in front of Caleb.
I think it was Bowling.
Yeah, they collided and both went down, and Aberdeen had a free shot there at 6:46 and get another goal to bring this thing 6-3 right now. Aberdeen Cougars. Couple pretty timely goals there.
Definitely.
For the Aberdeen Cougars.
Lakers need to put their head down here this last 6:30 and just get some pucks on this goaltender down here.
So kind of unfortunate there. The Watertown Lakers collide with one another. Things like that happen as McBride tries to get it out of the zone here, and here's Allard. Allard going to bring it up right in front of our booth. Takes a check and backhands it in over to Roby. Roby gets a stick on it. Aberdeen Cougars are going to try to get it back out. They're going to hurry up and go get a change, and Lakers are going to regroup. It's not. I'm sorry, it's Hudson Hendricks as Aberdeen regroups in back of their own goalie. Trying to get it out of the zone there is Aberdeen Cougars on a backhand. They get it now. That's going to come up the ice. It's Cloughlin. Leighton Cloughman. The Aberdeen Cougars are going to try to bring it back out into the zone, take the zone. Bramer right in front of the stands over there. He has some resistance. Now in back of the net, right in back of Caleb Schmaltz. Look out, there's a puck right out front, Caleb, and it's a loose one, and he found that in his glove.
It was a good save by Caleb there. He was watching that one hard.
That puck came out in front and sat there for a long time. Maybe he heard me.
He might have.
I told him to look out. So we're going to face off. Referees have to hold it. Some guys out on the ice as Aberdeen was trying to get a late substitution there, and this face-off comes out of the zone. It's Esplin. Esplin up to Bramer. Bramer tries to drag it into the zone. Evans going to chase into the far corner. Quincy Madsen's down there as Evans has some static from another player, and here's Bramer in the far corner. Bramer gets it out to the defense. That's Esplin, going to dump it down to the far corner. Foley's down there. Taken away by the Aberdeen defenseman. Can't be held in by Esplin. It's going to go all the way down to the far end. Not going to be an icing call. As Bowling goes down in the near corner to catch it. He's going to carry him around. Aberdeen picks it up, looking for a centering pass at the blue line, right between the dots, and a shot goes up and out of play off the stick of a Watertown Lakers player. Taking that shot was Dabney, Austin Dabney, for Aberdeen Cougars. Everybody's going to get a change here. Kind of looking, is everybody looking a little tired here? Or is it just me?
A little gassed.
Yeah, I think both teams are a little gassed.
I think Lakers are a little down on their luck at the moment, and I think they're feeling that. But I think they're gassed as well.
Yeah. McBride gets it in the far corner. Going to try to chip it out of the zone. Going to try to chip it again. Held in really nice down there by Wyka for Aberdeen. 2 in a row. Centering pass. Can't quite get it anywhere for Aberdeen Cougars. They're going to hold the zone here for a while, offensive zone. And the Lakers are going to come back out of it. Lakers, it's Hudson Hendricks. Gets upended with the puck by the Aberdeen Cougars. Down in the corner there, that's Dabney. Doing a nice job in defense tonight for the Aberdeen Cougars. And here's McBride going to skate it around, going to take a shot, looking for a tip was Riefenberger. Picks it up in back of the net. Puck, errant puck comes out. And we have the net off, I believe.
I believe so.
Possible opportunity there for the Lakers as that puck kind of scooted out in front of Townsend. Sometimes goalies are known to tip the net off. I don't know if he's doing that, but I've seen goalies do that.
That may be coached here and there.
Face-off, Bowling whiffs on it. Now he's got it back. That's Scott.
That's Scott. Yep.
Sorry, that wasn't. Yeah, that was Scott that whiffed on that Bowling. Their numbers are 32 and 22. Easily confused. And this one's going to go all the way down. Scott can't quite hold it in, and here comes Aberdeen there. I got a 2-on-1. Here's a backhand. No, he looked like he was going to do a backhand shot. That was Brady Hoff streaking up through the center of the ice there. I thought he was going to get a shot and never took it. And the Lakers get it back on their stick, and they're going to chip it out of the zone. And it's going to be chipped back over to McBride. McBride's going to take it up the ice. Brady Hoff, he seems to be everywhere. A slap shot right into the glove And that's thrown back out. There's no whistle. Now he's into the glove of Schmaltz. Brady Huff. Watertown Lakers with 3 minutes left here has got some urgency. Being down 6-3 against the Aberdeen Cougars, and the Cougars doing a nice job controlling the puck here at the end of this period. Watertown Lakers cannot find the stick here and cannot find any possession as it goes back to the Aberdeen Cougars red line far side. Stop and go here. Foley's going to try to upend him. He can't do it. Back to the defense for the Cougars. Cougars going to go defense up through the neutral zone. Pushing it up is Clefman. Clefman going to try to drag it. Can't get a shot. Bowling breaks that up, and here comes Evans. Evans scooting it along, kicking along, and he's going to go get a break. I think the Watertown Lakers are out of gas.
I believe so.
As this one goes all the way down, Bowling's going to pick it up from his defensive position, take it around his own goalie. Going to get going with his legs here. And nice job to stop that one by Erickson for the Aberdeen Cougars. Takes a check down in the far corner as Erickson goes down. That might not be Erickson. I called him Erickson, but it's not. I'm going to get the name right. It's Levi Little. Holding the zone is the Aberdeen Cougars as a shot goes flat on the ice. Can't quite make it over to Caleb. And now it does dribble out of the zone. 1:55 left. Watertown Lakers are down by 3 to the Aberdeen Cougars. That's Erickson, and wears number 51. Neutral zone play. We have an Aberdeen Cougar. That's Erickson. Doing a little nifty skate work there. He doesn't have a stick. That's Austin Erickson. Just kicking it along. And this one goes all the way down for an icing call, and everybody's going to change. Mole, Riefenberger, Knopp. Yep, Knopp.
Esplund and Scott.
That's the lineup for the Lakers. They're going to face off. It looks like Brady Hoff. Yeah, off the face-off. Far side. Puck dribbles out now into the neutral zone. Trying to hold that one off is Scott. And trying to get possession here is the Watertown Lakers as the Cougars do just enough to keep it off the stick of the Lakers. And here comes Scott up through the neutral zone. Everybody's got to stay on side and chips it down to the Aberdeen Cougars. 1:08 left in this one as the Aberdeen chips it down to Esplund. Esplund going to bank it off and held in over there by the Cougars. That's Brady Hoff. There's a collision down there, and looked like the Watertown Lakers got the worst of that one. Brady Hoff with a check there, but he had his elbows way high. We've seen that a couple times tonight. 53 seconds left. We're going to have an Aberdeen penalty. Brady Hoff. He's one of the smaller guys out here, but he laid a pretty good shot there, but he got his elbows up. So we're going to be in a power play. It's a Pelican Power Sports power play for the rest of this game, which includes 53 seconds on the clock. We're going to face off to the left-hand side of Townsend. 5-on-4 hockey, Watertown Lakers power play. They got their shooters out there. It's Evans and Bremer, Austin McBride and Foley. Bowling. Taking a shot there. Good looking shot from McBride just inside the blue line. Out to the neutral zone, McBride. Going to take it in. Everybody follow him. Another nice shot right on the ice. He's got a pretty nice shot inside that blue line. Keeps it flat on the ice. Bremer over to Evans. Left it for Bremer. Centering pass. Nobody home. That's going to go all the way back down. We got 20 seconds left in this one. And that's probably going to do it here as we're not going to get any possession. Caleb better get back in the net. He was holding that one up for a teammate. And Austin McBride with 8 seconds left. He's going to get a pass up to Evans. Evans going to get in the neutral zone. Here comes Foley. Pretty nice stick work there. Foley going to get on forehand. Takes a shot and goes out. And that's going to do the game. Nice shot there by Foley. Right at the end of that one. A little bit too late.
A little bit too late is right.
For the Watertown Lakers. And Watertown Lakers 6-3, going to lose this one. Shots on goal, 20 shots for the Aberdeen Cougars, 16 shots for the Watertown Lakers. And I guess if we had to say, that's probably not the way we thought it was going to go.
No, that's not the way I thought it was going to go either.
I thought it would be a little closer.
I did too.
The third period, The Watertown Lakers came out on a power play in the third period. 15:46, the Lakers score. Bramer gets his second goal from Evans, and then we got to 12:34, and Aberdeen comes back with another goal. That was a 12:34 mark, and then at 10:13, Aberdeen scores again, Danielson, and at 6:46, Aberdeen scores again. So it was Aberdeen at the end of this one with 3 unanswered goals to make it a 6-3 win for the Aberdeen Cougars, putting the Aberdeen Cougars right now at 3-5, and the Lakers are going to go even with a 3-3 record.
3-3.
So one you like to pick up for the Lakers, but it doesn't always work that way. But if you look at the other side of the coin, that's exactly what Aberdeen wanted to do too, to get back up on that winning side of it, come in here and take a win. This one probably could have went either way, but maybe thought it could have been closer. But and that's the way things go. So we thank Jason Good for being up here. We got him on the microphone. Anybody that comes up in the booth is at risk of getting on the air.
Definitely. Definitely at risk.
But it's always nice to talk to those guys. Those are guys that have been around the rink and in this association for a lot of years and a lot of wisdom. We had Max Evans up here tonight. That was nice to visit with him. Doing his own thing as far as hockey is concerned, going on kind of what you would consider the next level from high school hockey. This was the only game going on tonight since it was a Tuesday, and which is not surprising. It's a makeup game from last. When was it? I don't even
Friday
remember.
night.
Friday night game was a makeup from. So, but there is I had it written down. There's a Wednesday game. Sioux Falls 1 is going to play Sioux Falls 2 tomorrow.
Tomorrow night. Yep. That was also a cancellation from Friday or Saturday, I believe.
Yeah, so there was some cancellations. Wahi was postponed twice, and last Saturday and last Sunday. Of course, the Watertown Lakers a lot of games were postponed. That really causes a headache for Miss Jenny Workus.
I think there were close to 70 games rescheduled this weekend between Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, that's what she said, like 70 games. It's crazy. One little weather mass comes through, and it just screws everything up.
Yeah, thankfully we don't have any games coming this next weekend because we're shooting for another blizzard here in the next few days.
Yeah, right. Yeah, could be another little blizzard, a little bit of snow coming in, so we'll look for that. Lucas, we do have to pick a Subway player of the game for the Watertown Lakers, and that's brought to you by Subway. And you just pointed to the person that I was actually thinking of. We're kind of starting to think alike here. That's a little scary. Austin McBride is going to be our Subway player of the game tonight. I thought Austin, from his defensive position like he does so many times, he kind of controlled the game when he needed to. Not to say that the Lakers controlled a lot of this game, but at times when they did, he was always the one with the puck.
Yep. Yeah, defensively, he played offensive defense tonight, but he definitely played well in the defensive zone as well. And he started a lot of rushes coming the other direction. He played good.
And in the power play, in the Lakers power play, he's the guy that sets it up, and he's the guy that brings it up the ice, and it kind of starts with him. And so many times on the ice, things do start with him.
Yep.
And I really like the way he shoots the puck in the offensive zone from his defensive spot. He puts a thing right flat on the ice.
It's a good team shot.
Just fires it right at the pads or right at the skates of the goalie.
And it's quick.
Yeah.
It's quick.
Yeah, he does a nice job. So Austin McBride is going to be our Subway player of the game, and we will make sure we get that to him. The coach will wait around for just a little bit on this post-game show. Coach's comments, Deutsche Excavating, and Hockey Happenings, Sharp Automotive, and we're going to see. It looks like we are going to get our coach up here tonight. And Lucas, I'll let you talk to Coach McMullen.
I get to talk to Devin quite often. Hey, Devin. So what do you think of the game we had laid out tonight for you?
That was a stinger. I really thought we should have had a better outcome in that kind of game. Just one of those nights where things just didn't go our way.
Yeah, Jim and I were talking the same way, that we weren't expecting quite that outcome, or at least a little closer, like you just said. What do you think attributed to some of that tonight?
I think when we had a team on the ropes in the second period there, we didn't quite take advantage of it, and it kind of bit us in the butt there a little bit. We had a couple power plays that really could have changed the game for us, and we could have got up on them, and it just, it's one of those games where you get so much pressure on them, and it just seemed like they'd come down and score.
Sure.
And it's a tough one because, the guys in the room were we really wanted that game, and they played hard, and I thought they played hard, and we just didn't get the outcome.
Yeah, a few bounces Aberdeen's way, a few bounces not our way, and kind of the way it is.
Yeah, when your own team, you get one on your own net.
That's rough.
It's a tough night.
That's a rough night. Last week we had some ugly weather that came through town here, so you guys didn't get on the ice much. And you had a couple days this week that you did this morning actually, and yesterday morning. Could you tell the guys were off the ice for a while?
Kind of in the game, especially in Huron when we played them on Saturday, it took us a little bit to get in the game. Today, again, there was a couple times where we just a little mishandle of the puck, and that caused a little bit of a turnover here or there. And it's just those little things that we need to learn as a team, that it's the little things that are going to make the game easier or harder for us.
Sure. Over the last few games, you guys had that good trip over Minnetonka here the other week. Played some tough teams over there. Definitely, though, from our vantage point up here, we can see that you guys are progressing. You guys are getting better. Things are starting to mold a little bit.
Yeah, and again, I would say we probably controlled that game, 3/4 of that game, and it's one of those things if you look at the scoreboard, you're probably thinking, oh, wow, these guys got beat pretty bad, but then if you're at the rink, it's a whole different story kind of thing.
Deal. I agree.
So it's just it's one of those tough nights, and I feel bad for the guys because, again, I thought they played hard, and again, we were in Minnetonka, and we got our butts kicked there, but I think, like you said, we brought some stuff over, like speed of the game. You can definitely see that some guys are really clicking down low and stuff like that. So,
talk about Caleb a little bit. I thought Caleb played pretty well. He had a couple fumbles of little mishaps here and there, but overall, he's done a pretty solid job for you, considering you being a young goaltender.
Yeah, no, for sure. Caleb, he played very well for us there in Huron. Again, like I said, I'd like maybe a couple of those back tonight, and I'm sure he would too. Yep. But again, it's a team game. There, like I said, in the second we had opportunities to really put these guys away, and we just didn't quite have that, and we got to learn to have that kind of killer instinct where when we get opportunities, we score on them. And you can see Aberdeen, when they got their power play going, they scored a couple power play goals, and I think that was just a little bit of the difference tonight.
Little driver, yep. What do you got coming up here I get Christmas off here this weekend. Got an alumni game this weekend, play against the old guys.
Yeah, the guys get a little break here, go home, have Christmas, hopefully, have some fun. Like you said, the alumni game, I heard that's always a fun game to be involved with, so I'm glad they get to have some fun here. And then we're back at it against Sioux Falls 1, which I think they're still undefeated right now, and then we got Sioux Center here, so there's going to be two big games coming right back. And again, we're at that 500. We want to be above that. This was a big game for that, but the way the league's shaping up right now, it's kind of anyone's game right now.
It's really anyone's game. It's back and forth for a few different teams. One wins, one loses, and then it's vice versa the next time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, thanks, Coach, for coming up tonight. I hope get your players back in shape for after the break. I'm sure they're going to sit around and eat too much food over Christmas as usual. But no, I appreciate you coming up, and good job tonight.
Yeah, thank you guys very much. Thanks for having me again.
Thank you.
That's Coach Devin McMullen, always a great voice for the Watertown Lakers. Doing a good job with the kids, and you can see his disappointment. But the way Devin does it, he always looks at the positive part of it.
He does. He's looking at the future.
Yeah, and thought his kids played pretty well, and I think they played pretty well at times too. Aberdeen, I think, had a little luck. They didn't beat us with luck, but they had a little luck at times. Mm-hmm. There was a couple goals there in the second period that I would probably consider lucky, and it's just kind of the way it bounces for these teams. We knew it would be kind of a back and forth matchup, with these two teams like it always is. But the Lakers, as he said, having a little break. They're going to take a Christmas break here, which is a much deserved Christmas break, and they're going to play Friday the 30th at Sioux Falls against an undefeated Sioux Falls 1 team. And then they're going to, on Saturday the 31st, they're going to play, Sioux Center is going to come to Watertown, and that's a 5 p.m. game. So if you're going to come to that one, you got to come a little early. It's a 5 o'clock. I suppose that's because of the New Year's holiday and so forth, so everybody can get where they need to be. But, so the Lakers have their work cut out for them, like all the time in this league. There's really nowhere to hide in this league.
There isn't. There is definitely not. I mean, everybody's vulnerable to everybody. Brookings kind of gave it to Huron last night, but on the other side of that, Watertown played a good game against them last Saturday. So there's a little bit of differences all over, and it really depends on who shows up that day.
Yeah. I am going to say that score of Brookings and Huron, 17-0.
Yeah.
And you don't see that very often. But it does happen occasionally. I don't recall in this league a 17-0 score, but that was the score of Brookings over Huron, 17-0, and Huron looking for their first win of the season.
Yeah, that was kind of, I suppose, a rough game for them, but, like you said, that's a little bit of an anomaly. That doesn't happen all that often, so
yeah.
I'm sure they'll be looking for a little vengeance next time they play.
Yeah, it's kind of maybe a football score.
Almost.
So we've completed another broadcast here from the George Mace Ice Arena, and the Watertown Lakers losing tonight to the Aberdeen Cougars 6-3 in a middle-of-the-road game, one that we could have won. We didn't, but we will sign off and say the Watertown Lakers will be back in action at Sioux Falls on the 30th after Christmas break. So Lucas and Jim up here in the Reliabank booth, and for everybody that helps us out, Nick Benteen back at the station, Kurt Crawford, Jeff Anderson, thank you for getting us in this again. So we are going to say good night, happy holidays, and we will be back with Laker hockey again after the break.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to everybody.
All right, good night.
Thank you.